Alright, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the show. I am your charming self-proclaimed yet still humble host Mukluk, and today we are back in the wonderful world of Guild Wars 2. It's been so long, right? God, it just feels like it's been weeks since we played Guild Wars 2. It is Guild Wars Tuesday, and I've been told that they fixed the Icebrewed Saga chest, which means we can finally have a stream where someone is not in my chat going, "Actually, you can open it by humping it with your skimmer." Oh my god, I'm so tired of that sentence. It's just like it's new tech support. Did you turn it off and on again? Did you power cycle it? Did you hump it with your skimmer? Just forget every single day. My skimmer's stuck. Sorry. And did you hump it with a different skimmer? Skimmer use turtle bro? Yeah, I tried that too. Let's see. Muck, want to help me with an assignment? Not really. We are tasked to create a UI. It could be a web store or a compilation of menus for navigation, etc. What would be to make it user-friendly? No, ideal would be to make it user-friendly. Okay. What Guild Wars 2 UI or tab do you think that would really need a rework? The fashion templates tab. We use Figma as a tool for this. I don't know what that is. It's final assignment. I'm thinking of the quick play raid. Wait, hold on a sec. Oh, hold on. One of my mods just moved the message. Now I have to find it again. I'm thinking of the quick play raid menu. To be honest, I will write down anything if you have thoughts. The quick play raid menu. Yeah, it's kind of hidden. Yeah, that's a good one too. That is a good one too, for sure. Like, I don't know. I haven't really put a lot of thought into this. I'm wondering, what if there was a button at the top that said like quick play, and you opened it and there was a section for the fractals and a section for raids, like together, like all the quick play stuff together. But that's with like, 10 seconds of thought. I'm not sure if there would be a better way. Boop. The music in the homestead. You like it? Someone really asking for homework help on stream? Yep. NCSoft confirmed Guild Wars Reforged Mobile is something in the pipeline in the earnings call. Wait, what? Source? Well, I guess the source is the earnings call, but I need like a link or something. Let me see. Guild Wars Reforged Mobile. No matches. Wait, 5 hours ago. Guild Wars Reforged coming to mobile. Let me see. What is this? Additionally, we're set to fortify our legacy IP base through regional expansion and spin-offs. This includes the official launch of the Lineage Classic tomorrow, along with Guild Wars Reforged Mobile and a game developed by Aeon Mobile. Source Q4 2025 earnings call NCSoft. Interesting. I mean, Guild Wars 1 is an old game. They certainly should be able to make it work on there. I definitely am not the target audience. I don't know that I would want to play Guild Wars 1 on my phone, but I'm sure there's some folks. The secret project was Mobile Reforged. There you go. Guild Wars 3 is just Reforged Mobile. You all got so excited for nothing. Does mobile mean Steam Deck and Nintendo Switches? You can already play it on Steam Deck. I know people that are max level that played Guild Wars 2 all the way up on Steam Deck. Is that confirmed? I'm not sure, but there is a Reddit thread talking about it. Never been a phone kind of gamer. I mean, phone games can be nice for passing time if you're in the passenger seat of the car or if you're on the porcelain throne. But I definitely don't do any, like, serious gaming on the phone. Like Clash of Clans or Raid Shadow Legends, stuff like that. Alright, that guild hall is done. as long as it doesn't require a constant internet connection. It's Guild Wars. Of course it's going to require a constant internet connection. I mean, I guess unless they make it to where you just the whole game is just like solo instance. Will it have gacha mechanics? Yeah, you have to buy the henchman. And if you roll poorly, you just keep getting copies of the fighter henchman. You just have a whole party full of fighter henchmen. New stream idea, Guild Wars 2 mobile, hardcore, self-found crafting only. You gonna try out one of the quick conduit builds soon, Muck? I literally played one, like 2 days ago, Rujani. I played heal conduit during one of the days of drops. Thought you said Rev is worth it to gather nodes. Oh, dude, that was ages ago. I work a lot, I miss that stream. It will be a YouTube video, so it'll be, you know, going through the Noxxi editing pipeline pretty soon. But yeah, I spent a day playing heal conduit. I did indeed. Took it to a bunch of raid bosses too. Coming soon to a sub box near me, that's right. Alright, got all of that. Now for the alts. What's the likelihood we get a fashion template patch today? I know a sale started yesterday, but beyond that, I don't know if there's any patches today or not. So we will find out together in a few hours. Hey, Mugchad. Hi, Goddess. Axel says, hey man, I've been watching your vids for a while. I'm new to the game. Appreciate the help you've given to the community. You're welcome. One question. I bought Living World Season 4 in EOD. What benefits do I get to unlock? Let me see. Hold on. Where's my notepad thing? Okay. So, Living World Season 4 has the Roller Beetle mount. And if you have done all of Path of Fire and Living World Season 4, there is a way of getting the Skyscale mount. For End of Dragons, there's Skiff, which is a boat. There is new elite specs for each class. Oh god, what else was added in EOD? What else was added in EOD? Weapon for... No, that was Soto. Jadebot? Okay. Fishing, Jadebot. There's Generation 3 Legendary Weapons, if you fancy it. Turtle Mount. Okay. So, did you say elite specs? Yeah. Yeah, right there. Gen 3 bacon. Gen 3 bacon. Alright, so there you go. Those are the highlights. Thanks, chat. That typing speed. In 9th grade, my parents signed me up for a keyboarding class, and I was really against it because I thought they meant keyboarding like a piano, and I didn't want to do that. And then I got there, and I realized it was keyboarding like typing. So I learned the proper way to type, you know, like the proper hand placement and stuff like that, which finger to use for which keys. And right after that, I got addicted to EverQuest. And this was like pre-Discord and stuff like that. People weren't really using voice, so everyone was typing to each other. And heck, in EverQuest, you even had to use typing to talk to like NPCs. It's like the NPC would be like, I need help with bandits, and the word bandits would be in brackets, and you would have to type a sentence that had bandits in it to continue the conversation. Some people would just be like, man, fuck bandits. and the NPC would be like, I know, right? And respond. So, you know, you had to type till you talk to players or NPCs in that game. And so it was like right after I learned the proper way to type, I got addicted to a game that had me typing all the time. And so, yeah, like the fastest I've ever done on a timed writing was like 154 words per minute. However, that was a long time ago. I'm sure I've gone down since then, but I've still got a pretty fast speed compared to most. Block said there's 2 legendary accessories coming in VOE. The launch only said 1. Any insight on that? Wait, what? So there's, let's see. Legendary Aqua Breather, 2 legendary weapons. Legendary Ring, legendary accessory, and they've already said this is related to World v World. Legendary weapon in Update 3. I wonder if maybe you read trinkets, because sometimes they use the word trinket, and trinket is rings, amulet, backpack, and accessories all combined. So if they said 2 trinkets, then ring and accessory, that's 2. But otherwise, I don't know what you're referring. EverQuest was also heavily inspired by MUDs, which were entirely text-based games replayed by typing. Yeah, I mean, you didn't have to type to, like, play and fight, but to talk to NPCs and, you know, progress quests and stuff, you had to at least type keywords. And again, I was, you know, it was a very, very social game, so you were typing to communicate with other people, and there, you know, there was not Discord and TeamSpeak and stuff like that at that time, so it was, like, the social aspect was entirely in typing. Muck, are you going to play Yakuza Kiwami 3 on release? Not on release, no. If I decide to revisit the Yakuza games, I would want to start from Kiwami 1. Large chests are fixed now? Yeah! It was in the patch notes yesterday.
Hello? Wayfinder?
No more skimmer humping. RE9 gameplay? You know, I'm not a huge Resident Evil fan. I have played some during horror months because people enjoy watching me squirm. However, someone did already donate me $70 and said, buy Requiem. So I was like, fine. So, yeah, I have RE Requiem already pre-purchased. So the struggle continues. Honestly, RE isn't, like, among the scariest. I gotta lower the volume. This is already hurting my voice. Our Resident Evil isn't, like, a super scary game to me. It's just creepy. Because, like, I feel like any scary game, if you have a gun and you can fight back, it's less scary. What about this as a challenge? Take a week and see how many games you can finish during the streams. I mean, we played so many, like, 1 hour long horror games in October that if you were just like, what week did you finish the most games? It's going to have been sometime in October. How about Outlast 2? I've played Outlast 2. The full playlist is on Mukluk Plays, and it was a struggle. For 2 reasons. 1, Outlast 2 is among the scariest things in my life, not only a game. 2, while I was playing it, it was one of the first scary games I ever played on stream, so I had no tolerance for it at all. And 3, it was for charity, and every time someone donated money, I had to eat, you guys know Bean Boozled? Bean Boozled is like a party game where like there'll be 2 brown beans and one's chocolate and one's like poop. So it's like for every good bean, there's a bad bean. So I took a pack of Bean Boozled, and I took a jar of super hot spicy prank jelly beans, and then I took a jar of normal jelly beans and I mixed them all together and I called it Jelly Bean Roulette. And whenever someone donated $2 to charity, no, I think it was $3 to charity, I had to pull a bean from the jar and eat it. And over the course of playing Outlast 2, I also was forced by the audience to eat like 80 or 90 jelly beans. And because of the spicy ones, my throat was like getting like just cooked, right? And so I was drinking milk with the beans. And then I got to a Bean Boozled bean and the flavor was spoiled milk. And I almost threw up. And then I couldn't drink milk anymore because it was just tainted at that point. So then the spicy beans were destroying me. Dude, my voice was gone the next day. But yeah, dude, I was just getting like the hell scared out of me and also just like destroying my mouth at the same time. But yeah, that whole thing is recorded on Mukluk Plays if you want to watch me suffer. I'm never doing that again. Things you do for content? Mm-hmm. Thing is, like, all of the other people that were doing stuff for that charity were like, oh, if we raise enough money, I'll shave my head and stuff like that. Or if we raise enough money, I'll dye my hair pink. And I was like, I don't want to shave my head or dye my hair. And I was like, I'll do this jelly bean thing. I'm a genius. And then afterward, I'm like, that was a mistake. I'm never doing that again. Never doing that again. Look, what's the plan for today? Same plan as every day, Pinky. Try to have some fun. If we raise enough, I stub my toe. Oh, yeah. Should have dyed your hair blue, Muck. Oh, man, I would have been the next ninja. I ate a meal of noodles 3 times the spice level of Carolina Reaper. It's the max I can. Dude, well, growing up, I never had spicy food. It was in my 20s I had spicy food for the first time. So I got no tolerance for that stuff. None at all. Raid dailies? Maybe. I was trying to decide if there is another build to try. In the last week, we tried out Heal Conduit, and we tried out Heal DPS Untamed, which was interesting, doing 10k DPS while healing. That was interesting. I was trying to think if there is any other new heal builds I haven't visited. Heal Writ? I have already done quite a few videos on Writ, I'm pretty sure. Hang on a sec, we're gonna double check. Is Heal DPS only viable in quick play? No, I took it into, like, real raids. Which ones did I do? Was it... I took it to raid dailies. I'm trying to remember which of the dailies were that, because in the last week we've done Matthias, I've done Slothosaur, I've done Cardinal Sabir. I can't remember what it was that day, though. Yeah, I did an I Tried Quick Heal Ritualist in November after it came out on Live. Maybe Evoker Heal? We already did that, I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, I tried Heal Evoker. That was November 18th. You know what was kind of funny? Hang on a sec. Let me pull this up. Okay. So I just searched my channel for the words I tried. Alright. Heal Luminary, 22k views. It came out in December. Heal Paragon, 18k views. Heal Troubadour, 13k. Heal Evoker, 11k. So despite the fact that Heal Evoker the video's been out longer, it has half the views of Luminary. So Evoker is half as popular as Luminary confirmed. So let's see. So that was the beta. So everything after this is since the launch of VOE. So I did Heal Spectre, Heal Writ, Heal Amalgam, Heal Evoker, Heal Troubadour, Heal Paragon, Heal Luminary, Quick Gale Shot. And then it hasn't been made a video yet, but heal Conduit the other day and heal DPS Untamed. You should try DPS Luminary. I hate it. You hate it? My guildie brings their heal evoker to raids. It's working fine. I didn't say it wasn't working. I said it's half as popular, right? That just means there's half as many people interested in it. No, I know it works. I tried it. They need to fix that autocast thing for the familiar though. It's friggin' Carpal Tunnel playing that build. Heal Scourge. When's the last time I played Scourge? I think it might have been this. Oh, Heal Staff Scourge. This is after they did the rework for Staff. So this was July 2025. This is after Staff got the big rework for Necro. Heal Chrono. I'm not sure when I last played Chrono. Looks like it's been a while. I noticed you jumped right over the Firebrand healer. No, we've done Firebrand. Like, all the old healers I've done. It's just been a while. So, heal Firebrand, March 2024. Chrono. Quick Galactivus says, heal Rifle Chrono, March 2024. Kila, get to the point guide soon. You know what? That honestly should really be the next video. I was waiting to see if they were gonna fix anything else on it, but I guess it kind of is what it is. What was the last raid boss that came out? Ura? Hang on a sec. Let me find the script for Ura, and then we'll do some edits to that. You know what? That'll be today's project. Guide to Kila. Give me a minute. Let's see. Is this it? Ura and Raid Wing 8. Okay. There we go. So, get that out. Alright, then make a new save file. What's your second favorite healer after Druid? Okay, my top 3 most played classes are Ranger, Necro, and Engineer. On Engineer, I very much enjoy Scrapper and Mechanist support. On Necro, I very much enjoy Scourge and Ritualist support. So, probably one of those. Maybe leaning towards Scourge or Rit. Like, I love Mechanist, but it doesn't have any revive potential at all. Scrapper has function gyro, at least. Let's see. Video scripts, Kila, Raid, Encounter, GW2. Okay. Alright. Stormheart, thank you for the tier 1. Appreciate that. MuklukYoutube, get to the point, Sarah CM guide. It's not a lot of people that care. Let me see if I can show what I'm talking about. Okay. The last challenge mode 10-man guide I did one for Jade Junkyard and one for Cosmic Observatory. And it has gotten 26k views in 3 years. Okay? Now, if I go back to just my channel like normal, this video has gotten 21k views since yesterday. It has taken the last challenge mode guide I made 3 years to catch up to the number of views that this video yesterday has gotten. For the amount of time, it's kind of like spending 10 hours on a project, but getting paid $1 an hour instead of like minimum wage. Like basically the CM videos are so like barely used. I'm kind of like bending over backward to make them happen. And you know, I got to find a group who can do it. I gotta do it repeatedly, get all of the footage. I've got to make sure I understand every last mechanic. I gotta write a script, then there's the editing. I gotta pay the editor. And it's, honestly, it's just been a net loss. There's just not enough people interested in it. So, honestly, ever since Cosmic, if someone just asked me about, like, a CM thing, I often just, like, point them to somebody else. And the normal videos? The normal ones do fine. So... Here, hang on. Get to the point. Okay. So... Here's normal ones. And, of course... If you go to, like, the older ones, okay, so here's, like, the classic raid bosses. So, like, Doom is over 100,000. You know, some of them are lower, but, like, even the lower ones, they take way less work than the CM ones to make. So, it's, like, it's not as much of an investment to make these. I think Cairn was the first one I ever made. Yeah, here's Cairn, 111,000. 99% who's doing dislikes. There's always some dislikes. Like, anytime I upload a video, there's almost immediately, like, 2 or 3 dislikes. I'm pretty sure, like, just because of the timing, right? The second I upload a video, it gets a few dislikes. I'm pretty sure that there's, like, a couple of, like, bots that do dislikes that just whenever they see me upload something. Because it's instant. It's instant. Now, it doesn't really affect me, because I'm kind of past the point where I need to worry about a few dislikes, but yeah, it's something I deal with. But yeah, I would love to have the library be complete, you know, like cover everything. However, it's, again, like it's a massive undertaking making a CM guide for something like that. CM Ceres especially. CM Ceres is a... Hang on a second. Okay, so I did CM Ceres once. And there was someone else in the group that was the leader for this. Hang on, let me see if I can show you.
Wall, jump wall, jump wall. And incoming collection. Look where the orbs are. One behind.
18. Können Nemo-Portal.
But no. Your portal. There just 2 orbs just went in. Okay, we have the Nemo portal. That means when we go back inside, the Malices are gonna have to
port in.
Just walk back. Everyone else builds half a circle, and we have
step
to
back.
face during the green. So hit damage.
Spread out.
Forward.
Dodge forward.
And face during this green. Please.
Push to 10%.
Nice. Okay, 2 crashes, then portal. 1. 2. Scourge portal. Take it. Go
portal out.
Shore, dodging right.
Dodge
dodging
to the right.
Running around the ad. Running around.
Run around the ad.
Going boss.
Run back to the boss.
Backpedal out of the AoE.
Step back.
Looking good. Go back inside.
Step in.
Take portal now.
Tell portal out.
Take portal. Dodging right again.
Dodge right. Run around the ad.
This time we go behind Malices. So go to the left.
Go to the left.
You need.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stack for green.
And we're at 1%.
Step back. Move in.
Nice.
So you see what I mean? This whole fight, it's so difficult that every last movement. Okay, what I just showed you was like the last 30 seconds. Every last movement of this fight is a script you have to follow. All right? Like, you have to follow this script to get this thing dead. You step here, then portal in, then portal out, then kill this ad, then you step in, then you move around this thing. Like, if you don't do this, it's a lot. So, like, making a guide for this would be a monumental undertaking. Whereas if I, like, you know, some of them is just like a guide for challenge mode keep construct is just like, it's the same fight, but the room is slightly smaller, you know? So, like, but this would be like a 30-minute script that I would have to, like, every single part of the fight would have to be spelled out. It's like only one way to do this. Yeah, so like the harder a boss is, the more complex the fight can be. Now, not all challenge modes are like that, right? There was a video I did. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Guide to all raid challenge modes. So this one just covers every raid Wing 1 through 7's challenge modes. I just got them all done at once. So, like Doom, it's more difficult, because like Doom, you'll be fighting him normally, but then also there's this invulnerable mob running around the room you have to deal with. And it's just like, you gotta be aware of it and keep an eye on it. There's no script for it. It does whatever it wants. It just runs all over the place, but you have to keep an eye on it. So I really just had to talk about it for like 30 seconds and show a bit of footage, and it's like, okay, now it's up to you. But, yeah. So, I don't know, maybe someday I'll do more CM stuff, but, again, there's multiple factors there. Like, one, I don't have a static group, so I gotta find a good group that I can join in and kind of, you know, use that group to get the kill and learn the fight. I gotta make sure I know everything. I have to make the video and, you know, pay the editor, so often those videos are made at a loss because there's just not much interest in them. And then the harder the fight, the more intense it gets, and that challenge mode Ceres thing was one of the higher ends as far as difficulty. No, there's also legendary CM Ceres, which is more difficult than the one I showed you. Like, it gets even worse than that. There's like 200 slide PowerPoint about HTCM. Yeah, HTCM, Ceres CM were both like, those were made because they were trying to entertain world first raiders. And it got pretty crazy. Higher end, he says, yeah. With you having been raiding more, it would definitely be fun to watch you try some more of the CMs. We'll see. How many videos have you made? Or even better, how many views all those videos have gotten? I mean, you can go to, what is it, Social Blade? Hold on a second. Okay, so someone asked, how many views do you get in a month? Social Blade, you can go to this website, socialblade.com, and just search for any YouTuber you want, and you can see a lot of their stats. Wait, what is this? Yeah, I wish I got 3K a month from YouTube. Yeah, that's wrong. But right here, views, it's estimating I got 781,000 views on my channel in the last 30 days. So you could go here and search for anyone you feel like, and it'll give you an estimate. It just tries to add up all the view count increases across all of the videos. As far as how many videos I've made, I don't know, but I think it would be important to also try to separate made videos from VODs. Because, like, if you count VODs, we crank out 1 to 2 VODs a day, right? But those are, like, just stream recordings. But if you're counting, like, videos, then that's different. And then if you're counting high production videos, that's different. Because, like, if I do a video where I'm just reading you the Guild Wars 2 news, that's very low effort. But if I do a video where it's like a guide on something, like, for example, the Legendary Ring Endless Summer Guide is coming out tomorrow. That was, like, tens of hours between me and the editor getting that together. What an incredibly wide revenue range. Yeah. Any advice for someone who's new to all raid wings to get the daily bounties done without watching YouTube videos on all fights, as that's a lot to remember? Got into a couple training guilds and groups, however, usually 30 plus people waiting to get in. When starting a group without commander tag doesn't fill up, any tips? Dark Likes, if you wanted to join a group that's just doing the daily bounties, I would say, you know, go to achievements, go to daily, and it's like, what are the daily raid bounties? Okay, Cairn, Conjured Amalgamate, Cosmic, and Doom. Okay, so you could just pull up my get to the point guides for just these. Not all of them, but just these 4. And then join a group just doing the dailies. You know? Now, Doom is a lot harder than the other 3. Like, these 2 are easy. This is middle. This is hard. So you might join a group that's just doing these 2. Or they're doing these 3. Or they're all doing all 4. But you could just watch the get to the point video for just these fights and then join a group. And you could also try being honest. You could be like, oh, have not done this before, but I've watched the video. Or something like that. Was looking to see if you had a guide on the new ring this morning. I can go ahead and give you a link to it. It's unlisted right now. Hang on a sec. You know what? That's it right there. What drives me crazy? Noxxi and I made the video. Noxxi finished the editing, and I was like, "Hey, here's some mistakes." She fixed it, and then I'm like, "We found some more mistakes." She fixed it, and then on the third draft, I was like, "There's still a couple mistakes here. Like the rendering went wrong here," and she fixed that. So this is like the third version of that video, and I uploaded it. And immediately, someone in the early access channel was like, "Yo, Muk, I just watched the ring video. You said Amor Smith instead of Armor Smith." I'm like, oh my god. So like, okay, I'm not re-rendering the entire video a fourth time and timestamping everything because I was like, you're gonna take your Amor Smith and you're gonna like it. Because I was like, Amor. Like, okay, yeah, they're French. I don't know. So, yeah, you get more pairs of eyes on it, and immediately all the mistakes that you missed are caught. It's a Valentine's Day app? Yeah. On my 13th day of Draconis Mon's Despair, I actually love the map of why they do this. Muk loves Smith. Ooh la la. Okay. Alright. Freaking crab. Alright, let's turn this down a bit. Alright, so we need to make a guide for this. Alright, this was the guide to Ura. Hey everyone, Muglet Douglas Bartholomew, Reginald Esquire the Fourth here, and what's the intro? So, usually in these I sound like I'm just mad at DPS who've been standing in fire the whole time. And today we're eating seafood. This is a guide to Kila. Kila, what is it? Guardians Glade raid encounter in Guild Wars 2. Now let's get to the point. Alright. Alright, so let's see. Preparation. We gotta talk about the kiter. Get rid of all this, and then that's the outro for the video. Alright. So, it's Muk and Crab. Let's see. So, crab mechanics. Where did I write this? Muk, I need you to settle something. Do you think your Elementalist guides get less views because your audience knows you're not the biggest Ellie fan? Oh, I don't know. I just thought that one Evoker thing was kind of funny. Let's see. Weaver. I visited Weaver twice. 30k, 37k. Let's see. Tempest. 15k. That's a different game. 37k. 22k. 31k. So, yeah, and you know, it increases over time. Low intensity Tempest. That one's been going for a while. That one only being 15 is kind of interesting, but yeah. Yeah. I don't know. But I think the only thing I can say for certain is Evoker seems less popular than Luminary from what I just saw. Ellie is like having a PhD to do big damage compared to other classes. I feel like that's true for Weaver and Catalyst. Tempest is not so much. And Evoker DPS is just sitting one element the whole time, so it's really stupid. Morning, Muk. Hi, Sethra. Muk keeps saying that the DPS players are dumb. How about making a video of how easy it is to reach 95% of the DPS benchmark? Not a valid comparison. That's like going up to somebody being like, yo, you always say you're good with money. Why don't you show me that you've got $3 billion in your bank account? Like, that's not the same thing. The thing with DPS players is I don't mind if they're doing 50% of the benchmark as long as they're not running around and dying in stupid stuff. That's the problem. That's the issue. Alright, preparation. So we need to talk about... Hold on, where's my notes from this boss fight? I made notes somewhere. Let's see. Dude, did I... One sec. I am trying to figure out where I was. Here, look at the bacon for a moment. Ah, I found it. I found it. There we go. Distract you guys with bacon for a moment. Okay. All right. So, I mean, copy my notes into this. All right. And then there's my complaints. I don't know if I'm going to need the complaints. I'll copy them into this too. Let me just merge these two documents. Okay, bacon off. Okay, so these are all the notes I took during the fight. So preparation, we need to talk about the kiter, tank slash kiter. Okay, let's see. All right, so I'm basically going to turn these notes into an actual script. Right now, these are just kind of bullet points. So preparation for the fight. You will need a tank and a tank for phase 1 and a kiter for phase 2. These can be the same person or 2 different people. The tank will pick up the artifact and... like most tanks, they will get punched in the face repeatedly. When Kila enters phase 2, she needs to be kited because she will one-shot kill you. So either the tank will use high mobility buttons, such as engineer rocket boots or specter teleports, to run the boss around the room, or the tank will use the special action key to throw the artifact to someone else who is high mobility, and they will do that job. Okay. So, that covers that. Alright. My wife is talking to someone at the front door. Let's see. Let's see. Red areas, 2 approaches. Okay. Get rid of that. Alright. So that's it for prep. That's it for preparation. Keyboard ASMR, yeah. The milkman. Where should we go from here? Alright. This boss has 2 phases. As I just touched on, this boss fight has 2 phases. Oh, wait, hold on, more preparation. Have everyone, let's see. Recommend everyone bring a stun break. And supports bring group stability if possible. Okay. As I just touched on, the boss fight has 2 phases. One where you tank the boss and can attack it freely, and another where Kila burrows in the ground and is kited, and you can only attack rarely. The fight will go phase 1, then 2, then 1, then 2, repeating until she is defeated or you hit the 10-minute mark, which wipes the raid. We're getting the Kila guide? Yeah. Alright, hard and rage 10 minutes. Done. That's covered.
Go, Ninja. Go, Ninja. Go.
Tank picks up artifact to start the fight. Kila emerges and pursues the tank. She will occasionally throw a right hook, which will stun you, and immediately follow it up with a grab, which throws you behind her. There is no red area on the ground for the grab, but if you dodge in and to the left when facing her, after the hook, you can avoid it. Alright. I didn't know about that, but I did see, I think it was Camgal in our group pulled that off, and he avoided it, so I do have footage of it. Can he tank while the crab is above ground? The person says, yeah, whoever has the artifact is the tank while the crab's above ground, and whoever has the artifact is the kiter when the crab is below ground. Muck, I just finished Aurora with your guide, and it was way too much work for a trinket. Time to start vision. Okay. Alright. Occasionally there are red cones from the boss. They are wider than they look. Either step back or dodge them. Okay. Boss will occasionally charge the farthest away person and then come back. This is annoying, but just don't have anyone too far away. Let's see. We gotta cover the crocs, the other crabs, and the bees. All red areas are bad. There are giant tidal waves of boiling water, tornadoes, and lightning strikes. Move out of them. There we go. Red areas are bad. Covered. Alright. Ads. Let's see. No, let's go to the bees. Bees mechanic. Okay, the main thing I need to remember is at what moments does she do bees? Hang on. I need to find the footage so we can review it. There were specific moments she did the bees. Was this the one? Hold on. What day was this? Good morning. When did we... Hold on. Is this it? That's active red. That's not it, that's PvP. Okay, so it wasn't the morning of the 6th. Okay. Was it the morning of the 5th? I did not expect to see your micro slop word I clicked on your screen. Oh my gosh. No, if it was slop, I'd get AI to write this for me. Muck is making us watch work. I'll make it brain time. Yeah, you're fact checking me. Ah! I found it. Okay, here we go. Alright, so... Alright, it's right here. Alright, we'll pull the boss. So this is before I knew about the trick. So there's the right hook. And then he throws. Alright, so then he comes over to me. Or she. There's the red thing. I step back. Because I've already tried sidestepping it. And then it moved too far. So they're hitting the other crab. The side attacks. God, it moves so much. Okay, there's the bees. Wait, no. Someone gave me the bees there. All right, hold on. When did we get the bees? There's bees. I see it. Okay, I see it. Is after the... Someone said after the throw. So there's the hook. There's the throw. Yeah, I can't. Okay, right there. There's the bees. So after the throw. Okay. So bees mechanic. So after throw, and then it wears off at a specific moment. So we all have bees. Okay, so right there, it wore off as she did the next throw. And then there's a new bees. New bees. Dude, I do not recommend taking this fight as a druid. This was so awful. Trying to keep boons on my party on the other side of this big thing. Okay. Alright. Alright, bees mechanic. After the throw, someone in the group will get a bees debuff and a red circle. It will do increasing damage every second until you get close to someone else. Then the damage will reset back to the beginning, but now you both have it. You want to let it tick on you for a time, and when it starts to get bad, then contact someone else to spread it and reset it. If you instantly give the debuff to everyone, it will get out of hand before it wears off. So the non-tank players want to be grouped up, but not stacked on a pin. But loosely clumped instead of perfectly stacked. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. And I'm pretty sure bees is only phase 1, right? Fact check me, chat. I'm pretty sure it's only phase 1 is bees. So this is phase 2. Muck chat is asking you to get the new emote for the video. What new emote? Wing 9 guy? It's not Wing 9. It's just a rating counter. Are the new infinite primers free to use, or do they require magnetite shards? Pretty sure they require magnetite shards. Not the bees. Oh. Yeah. Let's see. Noxxi, use Nick Cage, bees meme somewhere. Hang on. Alright, that's for Nox. Okay. Bees mechanic, covered. Delete that. Alright, crab throw, covered. Target for this person, covered. Special action key artifact, covered. 2 phases, kite and burn, covered. Okay. Ads. Throughout the fight. Okay, so I believe in both phases there's crabs and the crab. Sorry, there's crocs and the crabs that expand sand. I'm looking to see if one of those sand crabs spawns in phase 2. What you doing? Raid boss guide. Kila. Does she spawn crabs in phase 2? So we know they spawn in phase 1. I see one right there. Does she spawn crabs in phase 2? Alright, so she burrows. There's Crocs. Okay, so there's a crab behind me, but I think that one had been there already. There's so much sand. You know, that's kind of weird. Hold on, let me show that again. Right here. Look at this. The red area for the tidal wave is over there. But the arrows encompass the whole map. That's really odd that they did that. Because, like, there's red arrows here, but there's nothing happening here. Everyone got bees. I can't tell. Does she spawn the crabs that expand the sand in phase 2? Or is it just the only ones we're seeing in phase 2 are ones that were spawned in phase 1 and they're still up in phase 2? So far, I haven't seen one appear while in phase 2. Okay. Alright. I'll just phrase it very carefully. Ads. Throughout the fight, the boss will spawn crocodiles and crabs. The crocs run for any player other than the artifact holder and do large damage and stun them. In phase 1, the crocs will run toward the DPS pile, and you can just cleave them down. In phase 2, when you are kiting, the crocs are more dangerous. So use stability when there are multiple crocs approaching the group and cleave them. Have stun breaks ready in case something lethal, such as burrowed Kila, is coming toward you, as many mechanics can CC you. End of sentence. Alright. In phase 2 only, the crocs have a downstate. When you get them downstate, leave them and move away. The Kila kiter will pull Kila. This is for the kiting mechanic. We will touch more on in a moment. No, I'll just do it now. Never mind. This is for the kiting mechanic. Burrowed Kila gains speed over time, eventually catching and one-shot killing someone, then resetting her speed. But if you lure her into a downed crocodile, she will eat the croc instead of a player, resetting her speed. So phase 2 is all about downing the crocs, getting out of the way, and luring her into them until the timer runs out. While dodging all the other red areas that are bad. Okay. Okay. The second ad type is... Okay, the crab that expands the sand. Anyone remember the name of it? Let's see if I can find the name of those things. I just called it sand crab. Seeing if I ever targeted the thing. Executor of Waves. Right there. I think it's Executor of Waves. Executor of Waves. Alright. Let's see. The second ad type is the Executor of Waves. AKA the sand crabs. These crabs appear and just start spreading a large circle of sand. It slows players down, but is not a condition, so it cannot be cured or blocked or prevented. Additionally, the sand, if it comes into contact with Kila, will buff her tremendously. If you kill the crabs, they stop. The sand stops expanding, but will only go away when the next tidal wave hits the spot the sand originated from. Let's see. So let me go back to preparation. Power, let's see. I want to say ranged power builds have an advantage here. But if you do the mechanics well, this becomes helpful but not required. Okay, there we go. I tried to put that in a fair way. Like, if you're in a solid group and they know what they're doing, I'm sure you could kill this with melee Condi, but I think it would be easier with power ranged. Okay. So Sunny only going the next time it hits the sand that originated from. Alright. First time I'm able to understand because I can read the name, oh god, a mystery has been lifted. Reshi, if you do exclamation welcome in the chat, in the Twitch or the YouTube chat, it pops up. I would say it doesn't buff her, but it gives Kila boons. It will give her, let's see, constant boons. There you go. If you kill the crab, sand stops expanding, but will only go away when the next tidal wave hits the spot the sand originated from. Oh yeah, wasn't there a mechanic, like, for every sand crab that was alive, the phase 1s were shorter? I'm pretty sure. Additionally, for every sand crab that is alive, phase 1 will be shortened, giving you less time to DPS the boss. So you want to take them all down to have maximum uptime to hit Kila. In phase 2, there are brief moments you can hit the boss when she surfaces, but most of your time will be spent moving out of the way of stuff and taking down ads. Okay. tip. This fight has a lot of adds and spell effects for a 10-man encounter. Make sure your character model limit. So the first poll that we did on Kila, I had this set to lowest, and I couldn't see some of the stuff. The character model limit under graphics options. Character model limit under graphics options is not set to lowest, or you will not be able to see some of what is going on. You will not be able to see everything that is happening. Okay, there's the model limit thing. I think that's everything. And that is everything. You should say the model limit thing at the beginning. Sure. Okay, let's cut that out and put that under preparation. How about that? That is everything. To recap, tank pick up the artifact, avoid, tank pick up the artifact, hold the boss, move close enough that the DPS can kill crabs, but try not to have Kila touch the sand. DPS, kill the crocs and the crabs in range of you, and handle the bees mechanic well. Phase 2, tank starts kiting or tosses artifact to kiter, who runs around room. DPS, use stability and kill the crocs, and I say and downstate the crocs, then get out of the way so that the kiter can run Kila into them. Red areas are bad, and there are many of them. Repeat these phases until victory. There we go. Okay. I think we have our get to the point guide. I think if I cut any more out of this, it wouldn't cover it well enough. Alright, there's the shilling. Alright. Now you know how to cook seafood. You're welcome. Click these links. Alright, hold on. These were complaints about my own... Whoa, what did I just click on? These were complaints about my own class for the fight. I don't think I need any of this here. Boss. Let's see. If your tank is one of the healers, make sure their boon application range is large enough to still hit the group. Alright, so I'll put that in there because as a druid, now granted, it was my first time doing it and there could be some fine tuning, but I felt like as a druid, I really struggled to keep boons on my subgroup while I was on the other side of the giant crab tanking it. So, I think if you were like a troubadour or something, it'd be fine. Or if you just weren't in charge of boons, it'd be fine. Okay. Alright. We've got a script, friends. Less than 2 pages. Not too bad. Not too bad. So there's our get to the point Kila script. So now I will record that. And record myself reading that, and then we combine that with the footage of the fight, and make it into a guide. Muk, could you explain the difference between the kiter and the tank? Okay, so the term kiting, it comes from older games, and it's from a... You know what a kite is? Like a kid is running and they've got like, they're holding the string and there's a kite flying in the sky behind them. So the idea behind a kiter in a game is you're running away from something and you're shooting back at it and it's chasing you and, you know, it's trailing behind you. So the kiter in phase 2 of the Kila fight is whoever's holding the artifact, and you can throw it around like a hot potato, but whoever has it, Kila is chasing that person and it will kill them in one hit if it reaches them. So their job is basically run in large circles around the arena to buy time. And then while the rest of the group is killing the crocs, and then the kiter runs over the crocs, so Kila runs over the crocs, and then Kila is like, ooh, piece of candy, and then Kila eats them. And then, you know, that resets Kila's speed. But yeah, the tank can be the kiter, but you could also have the tank just be a tank, and then as soon as phase 1 goes to phase 2, they just throw the artifact to the kiter catches it and takes off, which is what we did. That is what we did. So let me see if I can find it here. Okay, this is us trying to survive a terrible phase 2. All right, so right now I do not have the artifact because I don't have the special action key. And let me see. All right, so yeah, that was a terrible phase. Is this a wipe? I don't know if this is a wipe or if this is the one where we lived. Oh no, she's like 1%. This is where we killed her. Okay, hold on, let me back it up. Let me back up. Too far. Okay, so right here, I pick up the artifact. Fight starts. She's beating on me, so I am the tank right now. And you see I have a special action key. And we're just doing our thing, we're doing our thing, we're doing our thing. Alright, so right here, she's burrowing. Now, I don't have enough mobility, so we have a Spectre in the group, and I'm like, alright, I'm throwing the artifact to the green star marker. And I'm like, yeet! And see, I throw it over there, okay? And he runs over and picks it up, and now that's out of my head. My job now is just staying with the group, healing and buffing. And the Spectre, who has like 4 shadow steps or something, is now getting chased by Kila, and the Spectre is now running in circles around the arena to buy us time. So that's it. They're just running around, and we just downed the crocs, so now we're getting out of the way. And then the Spectre is now... So right there, the Spectre ran Kila into the crocs, and Kila's like, oh, I'm going to eat this. And she surfaced for a second. Now, it's not safe to go melee, because she'll still one-shot kill people, but the ranged DPS had a second there where they could shoot her, and then the kiting begins again. But that's how phase 2 works. Hopefully that made sense. Do I have to spend the 50 gold for the VOE map comp after I have done it once? Can't I do it on another character? Yes, Turbo, you could do it on another character. However, the thing from the mastery, from the like you know, strand mastery or the wield mastery things, you would have to buy a second one of those. Hello there. I decided to return to Guild Wars after 3 years of break. What would you recommend for something that does good PvP and PvE and it's not that hard to learn? Every class has builds that meet those requirements. So the question would be, like, what flavor of gaming do you want to do, you know? Do you want to be, like, a nature-themed character with an animal friend? Do you want to be, like, an archer? Do you want to use, like, guns and technology? Do you want to shoot fire out of your hands? Do you want to just yell Hulk smash and punch things? Yeah, whatever you want. EQ on druids with snare, SOW, and AoEs for good kiters? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, in EverQuest 1, there was a lot of ways that people could kite. Druids had a debuff called Snare that reduced someone's movement speed. Think like Cripple in our game. And then they would load up the target with dots and run away, and then you know, sit down to like rest, and then the target would be crawling toward them with all these dots and snare until they died. And then opposite that was the Necromancer could do reverse kiting. They could do fear kiting. So they would fear the enemy and dot them up, but the enemy would run away screaming, and then the Necromancer would be walking toward them like the Terminator. And then bards could do that. Bards had a very low damage song, but it had no target cap. So if they were really good, they could round up like 50 mobs and dot them all down at the same time and then just get like a whole level's worth of XP. But if anybody else happened to walk into it, they would just get killed immediately. Yep. Let's see. You get gifts of completion on the character. Yes, I've done multiple completions. They're gifts you can get only once. They're from the story. Yes. Yep. I think I might need to find a better tuning method for some of the encounters they put into quick play. OLC and KO have too many one-shot stuff for bugs. KO? What does KO have that's one-shot? I agree with you on OLC. I'm wondering what KO has that's one-shot. Because I even saw someone get healed through the Jadebot laser beam thing. So I'm not sure what that was what that one's referring to. Okay. Well, that is our work done for the day. I've gotten OLC my quick play. It's like 90% of the time. I think part of the reason for that is so many people start the quick play, they land on OLC, and then they're like, ooh, and then they leave. And so now there's an OLC that has an opening, and someone else joins, and they go ooh and leave, and so that opening just stays there. Stacking circles, bad at mechanics, causing one-shots. If all three players did KO with number stack, doesn't that one-shot almost? Oh, the number. Okay. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, under that condition, I guess that could happen. That could happen. All right, well, awesome. We have done our video prep for the day. I'm happy with that. If there was going to be a patch today, it would be in like 30 minutes. We do know that yesterday they fixed the Bureau March's treasure chests, and something with a Trebuchet Wizard's Vault quest. So if anyone didn't see that, our daily routines are restored. So I think at this point, we're just playing for fun. Let's see what we got. Daily Doom is calling your name. It's really not. It's really not, dude. I'd have to... Doom is one of those fights I'd have to rewatch my own guide before doing it, especially if I had to do, like, the greens or the tanking or something. It's a rough time. Let's see. There's Cairn, Cosmic, and Conjured Amalgam. I haven't even done CO in a while. I have not done CO in a while. I might... Hold on. I'm trying to remember. Usually I was in charge of gathering the shields and then using the shield when he did, like, the big trash beam. So I would have to remember the moments that you do the trash beam. Otherwise, I would kill the group. Just to add, in Storm Phase, if she gets in sand, she gets the speed buff faster. Oh, great. Well, I mean, if they follow the instructions we already gave him, it's fine. Is the new Skyscale skin Doom considered rare drop or chalk rare? I don't know. I just know it can only drop from challenge mode. And I've done challenge mode Doom like once. Morning Muck, love the permanent boost discussion video. You insert a lot of good points. How do you think they might reduce build comp homogeneity while also avoiding going back to things like Banner Slave? It's one extreme to another, right? Like, do you guys remember Chrono Jail? Chronomancer was the only person that could provide quickness and a lack. And so you had to have a Chrono in every group. Their solution was to make it so all 9 classes could provide quickness and a lack. I think a middle ground would have been better. I think give 5 of the classes quickness,
keep the group alive,
and 5 of them a lack.
I'm standing in the fire just so you don't
and
get
Chrono could be the only one that overlaps or something like that. I think it would make for more interesting group compositions. Now, they might not agree with me on that, and that's totally fine. But the thing is, they went from one extreme to another. Like, going from 1 Banner Slave to 0 or 1 Chrono Jail to 9, like, there's a middle ground. They don't have to do it, like, from one extreme to the other. Remind me, how many different games you played last year? 131. But yeah, like, I like the unique build buffs. Like, for example, Luminary. Luminary has a buff that anyone really close to the Luminary takes 10% less damage. That is massive. And that's only Luminary. I love that. You know, I wish there was more, like, very specific buffs for the others. Did you see Cute Poses emote? No? You know what, hang on. There we go. Wait, I'm in the wrong thing. Wait, what? What is it? She looks like she's like serving. Okay, this I've never seen. The others looked very anime or something. This one looks like she's like should be holding a waiter's like serving tray. The heart. Oh no. I don't think I need that. Dude, imagine my next video. It's like, now you know how to do Kila. You're welcome. Ew, woo. And then just suddenly the heart. That would be so off-brand. That would be so incredibly off-brand. Curse. K-pop. The AA quest update change. Made for the good one. Do it for April Fool's video. Muxer, we might be starting Weird RPG tomorrow. If I get a key for it, Neo 3. Or wait, is it Neo 3? Yeah. The Souls-like one. Yeah, if I get a key for it, Neo 3 tomorrow night. If not, we'll see. And then tomorrow morning we're working on our Enshrouded playthrough again.
Me, I'm so curvy!
That's the plan. Hi, Cupcake. Okay. Let's see. I want to do... I'm trying to decide what character I want to play. If I'm going into Karen and stuff, kind of want to have Search and Rescue on the bar. Is Search and Rescue the only res skill that pulls a downstate to you that is still in the game? Other than, like, what else is there? Elementalist, Revive, and Air teleports the target to you. Is there anything else? I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Muck, what's your go-to Condi DPS class? I don't really have one that's locked and loaded right now. In the past, I've enjoyed Condi Necro. Hello there. Hi, Gar. Some patrons should clip, now you know how to Kila Uwu. Let me see. Where was this one? Reaper Shroud 4 maybe with Blood Magic, or was that patched? Reaper Shroud 4 maybe with Blood Magic. No, they removed the pull on that. There was a lot of complaints about that. They removed the pull on that one. Now, I have said ever since they did that, also Cyclo, thank you for the Prime, I really appreciate the support. I said that what they should have done is just put a cooldown on it. But they removed it completely. Yeah. Why would they make dungeon tokens required for the new legendary when nobody even knows what the dungeons are? That's the whole point. They're using it as a way to breathe life back into a part of the game that doesn't have a lot of people back in it. You hit the nail on the head. Alright, well, let's do this. So what I would like to do is the Ice Brood 5, because Ice Brood Saga stuff has weekly rewards and daily rewards, so you can still do it each day for rewards. I would like to do the Ice Brood Saga Strike raid encounters, which pay very well, and then as many of the daily raid bounties as possible. I'm on EU at the moment. If any of you would like to join me, I'm going to stay on my Druid just so that I've got the big res potential to try to make this as smooth as possible in one shot. That's the plan. I got room for 8 more right now. If no one's interested, back to the drawing board. Oh my god. Dude, I'm so sick of my throat hurting. It's been months. Oh man, I checked yesterday on because I have Kaiser Permanente, and I checked on their website, and my follow-up appointment with the doctor is March 11th. So unless I like throw a fit, my next appointment for this is in a month. I'm so tired of it. Hello, this is a new experience for me. What character are you playing, Spec? Hello, Alexa. I am a ranger, currently spec'd as a druid, which is a support role. It's usually like healing and buffing people around you. Let's see. Bee heal? What is a bee heal? Flia, if you can quick DPS. Boon heal. Yeah, but which boon? I've never seen someone say boon heal. They usually say A heal or Q heal. Both? Oh, okay. Alright, live, quick DPS, and EXC A heal. And we've got everything covered. Alright, I've maybe that's an EU. I've legit never seen anybody join a group of mine and be like B heal. And that's new for me. Alright, we're gonna start easy. We'll go Shiver Peaks and then go up from there. Can you do both boons at once? Quickness and Alack? There is no class in-game currently that can provide Quickness and Alack to their entire party with 100% uptime. You know, there are some... Oh, we got room for one more, chat. There are some classes that can give themselves Quickness and Alacrity all the time, but not the whole group. So usually if someone joins the group and they say they're quick DPS, what that means is they are providing quickness to their whole party. Isn't B heal what you were trying out yesterday? No, what I tried out yesterday is kind of like a new thing. And we were calling it heal DPS. Because for a healer, it was doing a lot of damage, which was like 10 to 14k DPS while healing and doing buffs.
Heard you're headed back into the pass. I'll be right there.
Give me that. You stay put.
Hey!
Be careful up there. Conditions have gotten worse since Bangar left.
Like this video's boyfriend dungeon vibe. Store.steam powered date everything. Oh my god. I've seen Aurora Peachy play that. That's not for me. I do not want to go flirt with a lamp. Mike, do you use fill in US? Yeah, fill just means they can fill in any role.
This storm isn't normal. Blocking us from following Vanguard? Makes you wonder if it's intentional, and who's pulling the strings.
Watch yourself out there, Commander.
What if it's a lamp with a wizard hat? Scandalous. Howdy, y'all. What's up, Funky? I play Chrono. I always join his boon DPS or heal. No, that's awesome. I mean, that's great. I just had not seen B heal as like a abbreviation in chat.
I should be there.
You're being a distraction.
Has Mike already seen the new items in the shop? I saw the new emotes, yeah. How are you so fast with only swiftness? Part of it is just kind of trick of the camera, because I was at the camera really close to the ground and the servers were small, so it looked like I was faster. I was just using swiftness, that's all it was. Mike, did we get a patch today? Or am I like 2 minutes early for that? No patch yet. If there is one, normal patch time is in about 20 minutes. They did fix the Icebrute Saga chest yesterday, though. Nice, nice. Alright.
Sounds like that worked out okay.
Oh, I just noticed they sent a food. Thank you. Okay. Select new and bears. But you can have the chest. I know. I know. I love how half the group is Necro. Are they?
Raven told me you'd be
Rit, Harbinger, Scourge. Jesus, yeah, this group is 50% spoopy. I didn't even catch on to that till now. Alright, immediately we throw out Condi Cleanse because of all the immobilize. And stability because he's doing the slam. And stability again. Do not run around, just stay together. It's actually less damage if you just stay in one spot. Nice. Bears defeated. Okay. And Franier. Hey, I'm new to the game. Quick question. If you don't do endgame raids or gear, why do you do them? Wait. What? You had to make a typo there. If you don't do raids, why do you do them? Is it gold, legendary materials? I watched your whole VOD with Nagura and it was really informative. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. I think I understand your question now. You're saying, like, what's the appeal of them? Okay. So, one, like, you do get gold and materials and stuff like that. Two, fun, the forbidden F word. Three, it is very easy to get max level in this game. So there are certain items and graphics that have prestige. So like Doom, that giant scythe I showed Nagura, that is a weapon skin you only get from Doom or from the merchant in that raid wing after getting currency in there. So if someone has that, it's like, oh shoot, that guy's a gamer, right? Like they have killed the big man. So, I mean, but stat-wise, it has the same stats as any other staff of max level. But, you know, you can just go for that for, like, fashion and stuff like that if you wish to do so. So, yeah, fun, currencies, you know, making money, and fashion. There's also, like, titles and stuff you can get in the game. There's a new one called the Infallible, which means you've done every raid wing without dying. So that's one that some people are currently working for. So, yeah, there's some achievement hunting as well. To my group, take a step left and you won't get hit by that swipe again. It's the knockdown one. He's really saying the F word a lot today. I know. Reddit hates it. Actually had to get the staff out for the first time today. For the non-druid mains, the staff has a couple more healing skills on it, but if you you don't have to use the staff in your rotation, so it can basically kind of just stay sheathed until like a bad moment where you need one more healing button, and then you. It's nice because it's kind of like, you know, in the back pocket until you need it. Thanks for your answer. Yeah, I come from other MMOs where vertical progression is how you get skins, titles, and some gold. Sounds good to me. Thank you. You're very welcome. Yeah, like what we're doing right this second, Faye, is called like daily raid encounters and bounties. Basically, it's a pretty new system that I think a lot of people are happy with, where they have each day 4 random raid encounters. You get paid like double for killing them. And so you can go into this queuing thing and just pop straight to those bosses.
Vietnamese raided my stream with 47 viewers.
And you can just like, you know, no trash mobs or anything and just take them out. So it's like, you know, pugging for raid bosses type of thing.
Hi, I can do DPS quick.
They rehearsed that, chat. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate that. And that sub as well. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome. We just finished preparing a video for the new raid boss, Kila, and we're currently doing daily raid encounters right now. Alright, I think everyone's ready. Alright, time to skin some bones. New cute poses for World v World. That is definitely where they are meant to be used. Search and rescue! Oh my god. Well, he ported out of it, but now the pet's chasing him. That's why I stayed on the druid. I don't have search and rescue up right now. I'm gonna try Glyph of the Stars. He's right in the edge of the puddle. Wake up, soldier! Got him. Alright. He's charging. Oh no, he's leaping. Aegis it. Leaping again. Ooh, everybody dodged that. Nice job. Nice. Feels good to be a druid. I love this button, chat. This button brings me joy. Alright. Nice job. Had a few small bumps, not too bad. Whisper. Hey Muck, you probably don't remember, but the other week I asked for tips for leveling fractal level, and by now I'm generally set to mostly do all the remaining fractals. Thanks for the help. You're very welcome. I'm glad it worked out well. I do remember. Because that was the only time I got that question recently. How long does a raid typically take? Well, we just did 4 raid encounters, so we just killed like 4 raid bosses, like 5-10 minutes each. A raid, like a full raid, is like you know, 4 bosses and there's story and trash mobs in between, so it could take longer. If you're with an experienced group, you know, 30 minutes to an hour for just like clearing a whole raid. Are we all in? Yes. Hope so. Someone else just started it. Hey, Ranger Mains, any of y'all have a thing where as soon as the Whisperer Jormag fight begins, your pet swaps? It happens to me almost every time. Like, I started the fight, it swapped to my Electric Wyvern, and then I manually swapped back. It just... I don't know why. Like a weird bug. Every time, yes, yes, nope, just you. Okay, well, 2 out of 3. Alright, chains are soon. Be wary of those. That's really the only thing that's a danger to us. Search and rescue. Like, be wary of chains. Guy goes down to chains 2 seconds later. He's like, yeah, he tried to warn me, and I took that personally. Got one downstate. Glyphing. Alright, I've used all 3 of my res tricks in the last 10 seconds. Give me a minute. I need to sit under a fan, drink a bottle of water. I'll recharge, I swear. Search and rescue! Nope, he died too fast. He was under all 3 chains. I told you I needed a minute! Yeah, that person got evaporated. Alright. There's stability for my group, and that's the reason why. Alright, pretty soon is going to be the thing that's basically shotguns firing out of the boss constantly. Be ready to take a step back. There it is. Wow, I hit search and rescue, but again, died too fast. I can, okay, someone's got it. 4% health. Oof. Couple people really like those chains. How difficult are CMs for the top fractals? Depends on the CM. For example, I find the Nightmare challenge mode quite enjoyable. Like, I think it's just the right level of challenge versus difficulty. Shattered Observatory CM is definitely a step up. In my opinion, the final boss of Shattered Observatory, as far as what each individual person has to know, is more complex than most raid bosses. Because it's like, on any raid boss, there's only 1 or 2 things happening at a time, okay? In Shattered Observatory CM, there's like a period near the end of the fight where it's like, okay, we need to move around the boss while turning your back to the boss because he has the eye above his head, and you have to jump over the shockwave that's coming in, and the floor is falling, so you need to move to a different tile of floor, and you have to kill the ad, and you have to push the orb, and there's like 7 or 8 things happening at the same time in the last bit of the Shattered Observatory fractal. Yeah, Sunclaw CM is definitely challenging. I don't think Silent Surf is too bad. Lonely Tower CM is challenging as well. But all of these, if you're with an experienced group, you'll be fine. Okay, I think next one in terms of easiness is going to be Cosmic Observatory for dailies. Doom time? Hold on. We got to go fight Blue Shrek first. They ate them chains like they had an iron deficiency. Yeah, I guess. Wait, Jui? That's someone? I think someone's not here. Hopefully they move. Alright, I think we're good. Search and rescue. Look, I made her a water sprinkler. That's always fun. Turned all her missiles into healing bolts. Good to see Necro doing well. We got 5 of them in the group. I hope one of them's doing well.
Gather as many of those as you can.
Watch out for the puddle. Smooth. Very nice. All right. Money, 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 money. All right, next easiest one is going to be Cairn. Let's see. What is that? Wing 4. Boss 1. All right. Rating counters are old strikes? Yes. I'm actually not sure if, when they say rating counters, do they just mean any boss just on its own, or just like old strikes? But, yeah, right now we're doing daily raid bounties, which is these. So Karen is next, and then Amalgamate if we got people that know Amalgamate.
Question. I don't know, but the answer is most certainly around us somewhere.
Alright, I just started Glenna moving.
Follow me.
CM, question mark? What was CM for this one? It's been a while. Was that the one where it's just like you need to use your special action key constantly or else it fires for you?
Huh. Do you feel that?
I mean, I don't mind as long... Here, ready check, do you want to do CM for bonus money? Oh, shoot. There's already people down there. Oh, you're so weird. Muck it. Muck it. Muck it.
Do you see that?
Alright. Stack on heart if you are safe. If you're not safe, go to any other marker. Alright, there's agony in the group.
My legs. What's happening?
Oh wow, that was bad timing.
Somebody get me down.
I got paralyzed. Does this go away? I did the CM thing wrong somehow. I literally can't do anything. My whole bar is gray. Yeah, I am dead weight right now. It just threw me off. I'm out. I'm dead. Greens will cleanse the stacks. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so... Sorry, when I asked for a recap on the fight, this wasn't mentioned. Why don't we go ahead and GG? There's 5 people dead. Even if you are successful, this is going to take a really long time. There's a guide made by this guy called Muck. You might want to look at it. Yeah. Did I ever cover Karen CM? I hate the CM so much. We can just turn it off. There was one guy that asked if we could do it. And people were already on the platform, so there wasn't enough time to do a vote. Just use SAK every now and then. Oh, I was using that constantly, but I got turned to stone. So my group stopped getting heals. Now we can try it again, but all right, ready check, and then we go. Just make sure always take greens and spam your SAK. Get in the green, get in the green.
Somebody get me down!
Red, watch out.
It got me.
Agony,
Stay
watch
away.
out.
My legs. Oh, what's happening?
Keep using your SAK. Get in the green, get in the green. Use your SAK. Get in the green. Use your SAK so you don't get ported. Agonies, get around the boss, but do not be on heart, please. That's where the stack is. Getting greens. Use SAK if needed. I'll search and rescue. They'll be up in a moment. We can just let that... There we go. Shoot. Agony in the raid, move. Go to greens.
It got me. Stay
Okay,
away.
I've got agony, I'm moving. Greens. Trying to res them. Yeah, I'll have them up. I'll have them up. How do I not get stoned? Standing in greens every time you can. Okay, move to greens in a moment. Okay, I finally lost my agony. I'm coming back to the group. Get ready to dodge. Damn it. Go to a green if possible.
My legs.
Search and rescue.
What's happening?
Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay. Well, we got 10 bonus magnetite for doing it on CM for our trouble. I hate that CM, it's annoying. Yeah, I'm out of practice. I haven't done this fight on CM in like 2 years or more. It's been a long time. But, yeah, I started remembering it, but I was still making mistakes even on the second attempt. Okay. Alright, for this next one, I want to do a ready check. Do you know / do you want to do the Conjured Amalgamate fight? So just hit yes or no. I would say in terms of difficulty, this one's kind of middle, but there are some people that have to do jobs on this one, and I don't really want to do a raid training right now, so I'm trying to find out, like, what's the vibe here. Okay, we've got at least 8 out of 10. That should be enough to handle the mechanics. Alright, so I'll take us there. Give me a second. Etherblade. Shoot, which wing is it? There it is. Okay, hold on. Is that wing 6? Hang on. I'm legit pulling up my own guide. I need a refresher, especially if I'm doing shields. One sec. Mukluk here, and if you've ever wondered what happens with all those weapons thrown into the Mystic Toilet, get ready to learn the hard way by some Raid Wing 6. You can use hand. You will periodically summon swords and shields to attack you. Make sure you break the CC bars on the shields and kill all the adds. If shields and swords are left for too long, they can merge and make a big add you do not want. Assign at least 2 people to pick up shields, others pick up swords. You cannot hold both that fall to the ground to get a special action key. Sword special action is big damage, use it on the boss and pierce through adds if possible. Shield special is defensive for the raid. Hang onto it until it is needed. You can hold 10 stacks of it, so don't pick up more if you are full. After 3 sword and shield add sets, if he still has both arms, he will do a clap. Use the shield special action key for this to survive. After an arm has been broken, he will do a vacuum. Shield person runs both arms, he will do a until it is needed. You can hold 10 stacks of it, so don't pick up more if you are full. After 3... One sec, I gotta mute the game for a moment. Swords and shield add sets, if he still has both arms, he will do a clap. Use the shield special action is big damage, use it on the boss and pierce through adds if possible. Shield special is defensive for the raid. Hang onto it until it is needed. You can hold 10 stacks of it, so don't pick up more if you are full. After 3 swords and shield add sets, if he still has both arms, he will do a clap. Use the shield special action key for this to survive. After an arm has been broken, he will do a vacuum. Shield person run around starting from the right side and catch the shields. Sword catchers start from the left, preventing them from hitting the boss. If they do hit the boss, a sword is needed to remove the boss's shield. During this phase, everyone else sidestep the purple bullets. After the vacuum, he will kindly give you back all the items you ever threw into the Mystic Forge, all at once at 300 kilometers per hour. That's like 500 burgers per minute for my American friends. Survive the loot beam with the shield special action. The beam will start from the side of the defeated arm. Now you'll fight the arm on the left. After 3 sword shield summons, he will use a different move since he can't clap with one arm.
Red circles will rain down, use a shield special action key, and stand in it. If you don't, you will lose your special action charges. After that hand is destroyed is another vacuum phase. 2 people stock up on shields. Afterwards, move over to the right-hand side. Once the beam is almost to you, have 1 person drop a shield, and it will block the beam both ways. The other shield person will use their shield for the clap that will happen right after. If your group has insane DPS for breaking arms, this clap after the arms regenerate is the only one you'll see. After the respawned arms, the fight effectively restarts, but both arms are active. Apply what you've already learned so far, and get his health to 0 to claim your loot. Now you know where Guild MM keeps his money. You're welcome.
Okay. Alright, I think I can do it. Definitely have not done this one in a long time. Let's see if I can get a refresher on myself. Alright, so... once again, me and the other healer will pick up shields. The DPS will pick up swords, and use the swords you pick up on his arms. Try to cleave through the ads when you use them. And we need to use shields at the right moment or we die. Which I'm sure we'll not make a single mistake with. Alright, let's see if we can do this. EXE, you coming? Alright, ready, check. CM? No. Alright. Bro, what? GG. Dude, I did a movement attack on the boss, and he went untargetable, and it just yeeted me off the cliff. That's so troll. He's like, let me just sidestep that. It doesn't even downstate you like Harvest Temple, it just kills you. That's so stupid. You should know about the edge? I was testing the edge. Alright. Number of times Muck has wiped the raid counter, change it from a 0 to a 1. So let me show you. You see how I have him targeted? That, like, you could target his arms or the body, and I had the body targeted, and when I did my Mace 3, and it just launched me off the cliff. Okay. Alright, everyone's here.
Careful, be careful, please! Try not to break anything! Let's see what your little group can do.
Remember, DPS pick up dead swords, healers pick up dead shields.
You expect to win our little wager with these hands, Zamros? No wonder you're so deep in debt.
What wager? What are you talking about?
Zamros made a bet. For friends versus my 3 hand-picked challengers. If he wins, unlikely, you're proving quite resourceful. But this isn't over yet.
Uh-oh. Is it after this he claps? Alright, stack, 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 stack. Alright, that was my shield. I'm too afraid to use Mace 3 right now, chat. I'm scared. Alright, hit him in the face. What does he clap? His hands. You pervert. Alright, DPS, try to cleave those floaty weapons down every time you can. And pick up those swords. Alright, other healer, I still don't have any shields, so your shield is going to be probably the next one used. Alright, vacuum thing. Okay, I've got full shield right now. Alright, stay together, stay together. Alright, there's the shields. Do we have another shield? Oh god. Oh god. No. Alright, GG. Okay, so that one, that beam is the one where we need to move over to the right-hand side so that we only have to use one set of shields and not two. We were in the wrong positioning for that one. Okay, hold on. When does he do the clap thing? Hold on a sec.
The other shield person will use their shield for the clap that will happen right after. If your group has insane DPS for breaking arms, once the beam is almost to you, have one person drop a shield and it will block the beam both ways. The other shield person will use their shield for the clap that will happen right after. If your group has insane DPS for breaking arms, this clap after the arms...
Okay, so really quick, pay attention. The second beam, right there where the heart is, we're going to go over there to the heart, and I will use my shield for the second beam. After the second beam, there is a clap, and the other healer will use their shield for the clap. I think with that, that's it. All right. Ready to check?
Careful, be careful, please. Try not to break anything.
Make sure you cleave those great swords, pick them up, and hit them with them. Cleave those shields, but let the healers pick them up.
You expect to win our little wager with these hands, Zavros? No wonder you're so deep in debt.
What wager? What are you talking about?
Zavros, you're proving quite resourceful. But this isn't over yet.
Okay, I'm full shield. Other person get him. Okay, we stay here for this beam. Stay here. I use my shield.
Hit it now! You've knocked it down!
Doing great so far. Make sure to cleave the odds.
That's it! Anything you can do to get the upper hand!
Cleave those shields. But don't pick them up if you're DPS. Okay. Picking up shields time. Remember, we're going to move to the heart marker soon. Okay, my shield's max. I'm not grabbing anymore. Move to the right. Everyone move to the right. Move to the heart marker.
Impressive, Zavros. Your little troop is surprisingly resilient.
This is when he does it, right? Let's see if I got the timing right. Ah! Revive, revive, revive. We're not dead yet. Hold on, it's not over. It's not over. Alright, yeah, did that wrong. Alright, let's move back to the middle. Move back to the middle. Just keep avoiding hands, killing ads, and killing hands. You lose astral energy when you revive. Yep. There's too many ads on the field. I can't keep up with these shields. Trash beam. I'm gonna shield us. 1%. Oh man, nice job, nice job, nice job. Yeah, there was a lot of specifics on this fight that we forgot, especially me, but we got it.
So you're in Hawk.
Stacked enough swords, yeah.
The Mystic Forge, and you tricked us into fighting for you. Have I missed anything?
Of course, it sounds bad when you say it like that. I needed warriors, and Kadim isn't the waiting type. See you up ahead.
Okay. Let's see. Nice recovery from the brink of defeat. Yeah. Yeah, we phased him. So the trash beam thing, we moved over there for the trash beam, but we had phased him. And so he did the clap thing, and I had forgotten about that. And so we got the clap thing when I was expecting the beam, and bleh, that's why we all downstated. All right, Doom. Doom is really simple. As long as there is someone who is extremely experienced doing all the tanking, and experienced people doing the greens. And then the other people, it's kind of unga bunga. But if we don't know the fight, I don't want to do it. So, let me ask you guys. Do we have anyone here who's an experienced Doom tank and experienced Doom greens? Alright. Then let's just say that we have successfully done 3 of the 4 bounties and done the IBS 5 and call it there. GG, you guys. Well done. Alright. Can take Doom you want. Yeah, no, I've done Doom before. I know I could do Doom, but I just don't want to. I don't want to have to relearn everything and teach people who don't know the fight to get it done. Why can't you do tank green? As tank, I have tanked it before, while also like trying to like heal the group and healing the person who's kiting and stuff like. Oh, that's right. You need the kiter for the little dude too, but still was fun. Conjured Amalgamate was a refresher. It had been a long time since I had done CA. When was the last time you were actively doing raids? I don't know. There was that one series I tried to do that was like, let me solo heal. And I got so much like negative feedback from that. That was when I kind of like stopped raiding for a long time. That was September 2023. That was when I saw like the worst in the raid community. Like, you know, that people always are like, oh yeah, like all of the awful people are in PvP. I learned. Is your build in Snowcrows or is this custom? I don't know if it's in Snowcrows. Let me see. I've been playing Druid for a long time, so I constantly just tweak it to what I want. Let me see. Let's see what Snowcrows says for Druid. Now, there's two versions of Druid. There's a skirmishing variant, and there's a marksman variant that are both popular. I'm guessing one of them will be in here. Dude, the Snowcrow's site is so freaking slow ever since they put 19 ads on it. And my ad blocker is working for some of them, but... anyway. Alright, heal a light druid. Let's see what they say. Harriers, Givers, Caracosa. Heal other allies when you successfully combo field a blast finisher. What is my relic? I'm using Monk for more healing output. Yeah, I'm not sure. So both of them are healing options. I'm not sure if Monk or Caracosa would be more. 1460 combo blast finisher. 300 radius though, pretty small. Alright, so we got different relics. Transference, paralyzation, paralyzation. Paralyzation on both. What am I using? I'm using transference and concentration. Do I need that concentration for 100% boon duration? Wait, what? Superior sigil? What the fudge? Oh, one of my one of my legendary sigils is in my harpoon gun on this. Alright, hang on. I'm like, where's my other legendary sigil? What the hell? You don't the con sigil if you eat best food. So 99.73 boon duration, but that's with 70 concentration from this food buff. So yeah, I could get, if I min-max food all the time, I could swap out concentration sigil for paralyzation for a little bit more CC. Okay. And then, oh, hang on, timer just went off 1 sec. I'm gonna take this thing. Alright. Okay, so they've got the marksmanship variant here. Not really surprised. Okay, so they're... yeah, these are all just kind of different things. So Wellspring is gain a little bit more healing power. I usually take Ally's Aid, which is another save someone from downstate. Which I don't regret at all. I used it multiple times today. I usually take Druidic Clarity. They're taking Cultivated Synergy, which... Cultivated Synergy is 1k more heal AoE to your healing skill. The other one is another Condi Cleanse. And the Marksmanship trait line is mainly taken for Moment of Clarity, which increases your CCs by 50%. And then Lesser Call of the Wild helps with boons. You've already got 100% uptime on all these boons, but it is also a blast finisher. The other option that you can take is Skirmishing, which, quick draw, basically drastically reduces the cooldown of the first thing you use after a weapon swap. And you weapon swap often between astral form and non-astral form, so it lets you use your biggest move on each of your weapon bars twice in a row. And Trapper's Expertise is just a massive buff to Healing Spring. So yeah, none of that's really a surprise. So no, my build is not on Snowcrows. I would say mine is probably a little bit more pug friendly. It's got more battle reses, it's got more Condi Cleansing, and has more regen uptime? Now let me rephrase that. More regen application. So yeah, Glyph of Rejuve instead of Healing Spring is giving up a big Condi Cleanse. Sun Spirit? That's a big surprise to me. You don't need Sun Spirit to keep up 25 might, so maybe they're just doing this to ramp up the might faster right after the pull, because they care about that. I usually have Search and Rescue right there, and the others we've got the same. Pugs don't need any of that. Consummate professionals. A lot of them consummate professionals, yes. Muck, I don't want to do raid training. Also, Muck does raid training anyway. Yeah, but I was training myself. I had to watch my own video, and I still made a mistake, but we managed to salvage it. Like I said, Conjured Amalgamate is like in the middle for difficulty. He's not one of the easy ones, but he's not one of the hardest ones either. Muck, what is the State Farm ad that keeps appearing and breaking the stream for me? I have no idea. I don't know what you're saying. Okay. Let's see. All right. With that, chat, I need a bathroom break. Give me just a minute. I will be back. Okay, I'm back. Let's see. Raids are for toxic people only, yes? Oh, no, not that. But I'm saying, like, I have encountered toxic people in raids, just like I've encountered toxic people in, what is it, like PvP. Like, there are bad eggs in every group. Healing builds and Snow Crows is like for speed clears. Yeah, it's like for perfectly optimized groups. But Healing Spring, like, you can use other stuff from Healing Spring. Like, you could use Glyph or Water Spirit just for like another like heal everyone in that area type thing. However, the Healing Spring is up to 60 condition cleanses. It makes Condi Cleanse on the party and just making sure the regen's on everyone all the time really, really easy. I saw an AB meta fail the other night. That was toxicity too. I'm sure everyone gave each other a nice pep talk to do better next time. Let's see. What would you get for raw gold out of the Wizard's Vault after Mystic Bag and Bag of Coins? For raw gold? I mean, you could do the legendary weapon starter kit and sell the weapon. That would be an option. You could turn laurels into money by buying trading goods. It's not much though. Laurels don't turn into much money. I'm not sure how much gold you get out of the crafting mounts. How about Paragon PvP? I think I'm done with PvP for a while. We had a day the other day where I got a bit, like, not like raging. I wasn't like talking like a sailor or anything, but I got a bit salty. There was multiple games in PvP in a row the other day where someone on the enemy team literally threw the game for their team. So we won to just chase the streamer around the whole match. And, you know, I can't just like surrender or just quit the game, you know? So I was just like, there was an hour where I was basically just like either getting farmed or just running around the map in laps while people just like chased me and just like sacrificed the game the whole time. And it's like, all right, that was kind of annoying, right? Then like the last guy that did it, he came into Twitch chat to brag about it. I just pretended I didn't even see him because I was ending the stream. And I guess he didn't get enough attention. And so he like, messaged me in game, and I was logging off anyway, so I just logged off. So he didn't get the attention. He put up a YouTube video. Now he has like 5 subscribers on YouTube, but he's a freaking parasite. You know, he did like @MuklukYoutube. He's like, you know, trying to like get, yeah, dude, it's unhinged. It's absolutely unhinged. He made a YouTube video compilation of him just like chasing me around. And it's funny because in the video, he includes me saying this guy is throwing the game for his team just to chase me around. So he posted a video of him making his team lose to just show that he killed me. And I was just like, oh my god. Like, he's reached out to me on 3 platforms now about this. Like, this clearly means a lot to the guy. You know, I was like, and even I remember the Street Fighter movie where Bison is like, the day that Bison visited your village was the most important day in your life, but for me it was Tuesday. I was just thinking like, yo, I die so much in PvP, the day that you killed me was the most important day in your life, but for me it was Tuesday. I die every day. But I was just like, oh my god. So yeah, break from PvP. I love PvP when it's a fairly even game, but it's just right now, like I got 6K games played, man. I love that game mode, but right now it's just, there's so often that there's just like, there's a luminary in there one-shotting everyone. There's a weaver that takes 3 people to kill, stuff like that. It's just, it's rough right now. It's like yearning to play a game that's been taken down and you can't play it anymore. Were there any enjoyable matches? Oh, for sure, yeah. I posted some in the PvP. Anytime there's a close match, whether I win or lose, I posted in the PvP playlist on Mukluk Plays. And we posted a bunch to that playlist last week. There were some good ones. What do you mean? Weaver's really bad in PvP right now? Not the good ones. Imagine World v World stream snipers. Yeah. I've had that issue too. There was a time period when I did what I called a World v Wednesday, where every Wednesday we did a World v World thing with a community. And I constantly had to deal with stream snipers. Yeah. And I even had times where people in my own realm was like, Muck, can you please leave? Like, the enemy is using you to see the map. And even if I had like a map cover, people could still see what was going on around me, so I was kind of like a constant camera for them, so... yeah, it was rough. Alright. We've done some strikes, we've done some raids. What else is going on? Wield.
Michael. Muck. Mucky mook muck. Moo muck. Mukluk.
Thanks for the sub. Appreciate that.
So that's my idea.
What can you wizard hat? I just took the wizard hat off.
And when you lose your sense of direction and can't see the sun overhead, you'll starve out there.
Who made this stupid redeem anyway?
No, you need to follow.
Who made this stupid redeem?
That way you always know which way you're headed.
Let's see.
Yes. Are you here for excavation, research, or defense? Oh, sorry, Commander. I'm a bit overwhelmed here.
New emo bundle so good. Zaitan has servant stream snipe lines arch. Alright, currently chat, I am quick heal untamed. Banner. Let's see, World v World people have the entire map memorized. Everything is a signpost for us. Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I honestly feel like at this point in my career, I can't really enjoy some like competitive multiplayer games because you know, I of course am going to stream it because it's fun for me and that's how I make my living. But if I do that, then it can sabotage the game. Because you're old. That's not the reason I was going for, but sure, that too. No, just like people using me as a camera for the enemy team if I try to World v World, stuff like that. I don't know, you guys were here last night, right? I mean, if I'm old, Nogdog must be ancient. Yeah, we had that one run last night where I had 1 death and he had 23. Oh, that poor guy. He got thrashed. Oh, food buff's wearing off. Birthday cake. How are we not all fat and teary with all the birthday cake we eat? I made so many jokes. Yeah, you actually got under his skin. I had to ask you guys to chill. I will say my favorite games right now is either just solo, like it's just me versus whatever, or it's players versus the AI, like overwhelming numbers, right? Like Vermintide, Darktide, you know, stuff like that, where it's like players against like a really tough AI situation. I love that. I don't have to worry about like stream sniping or anything like that, and I can just like tackle like a big challenge. Like that. Riftbreaker? Yeah, Riftbreaker. Mug, you played Against the Storm? I have, yeah. I even did a positive review video for that game. So probably sold some copies of it. Yeah, I got 174 hours. It's a good game. Yeah, there's a playlist of me doing Against the Storm on Mukluk Plays if you wish to watch it. Are you going to play PoE 2 again? Maybe sometime. I do like the Path of Exile games and ARPG genre. PoE 1, I got 1,700 hours. PoE 2, I got 60. But yeah, I just haven't done it recently. Three seconds. Are they at the drill stage, or are they at the middle stage? Maybe return to Space Marine 2 in the future. It's a very neat horde mode now. Oh, yeah? Yeah, I played Space Marine 2 right after it launched. Very, very enjoyable game, but I have not played it since then. AoE Riz. Now, I'm on Untamed right now, so I can't do that every 40 seconds like I can on the Druid, so hopefully they don't need that again soon. They need it again soon. Constantly getting CC'd. Dude, what is all this? Okay, hold on. Am I not rendering? Where's the safe spot? Oh, there's another I had to kill. That's why. Okay.
Back to work.
Did they fix one of the drills being tanky? I have not heard of that issue.
Somebody shut that damn thing off.
Let's try spinning. That's a neat trick.
Destroy the big one so we can finish this.
God, this is just so much stuff going on right now. They really go over the top with the CCs and stuff in this phase.
Almost done. Keep hitting it.
I totally jumped. That was EU lag. I'm gonna AoE res here. I think that was 4 people up. You aren't expecting Pugs to have 99 stab? Even when I'm on my druid with 1 stab every 30 seconds, it's not enough for this fight. oy.
Devices are now fully disabled.
Yeah, we did like 9k during that. So we were doing like 9k DPS while healing, but it's still rough.
Surely this isn't the end of our surprises for the day.
Mike, do you have any type of game that either doesn't really exist or you wish there was more of? Like a genre or type of game? A few games for me is like Against the Storm, Black, my very old game, and Kenji. You know what? It's funny that you asked me that today of all days. Because I actually, and you know what? Maybe this exists and you guys can tell me, okay? I have never played Rust. I'm not interested in playing Rust. But I have recently gotten hooked on watching a series of videos of people making really funny bases in Rust and then having to survive in there.
In this area.
They weren't just
So there was...
Those devices seem to be
Hold on,
trying
let me see
to
if I can
draw something
find
out.
some to give you an example. Give me a moment, give me a moment.
The readings are getting noticeably larger.
What
Okay.
exactly is that?
Here are some that I've watched. So this guy made a bunker, look at the thumbnail, underneath another guy's base, and made a base under their base. This one, he was in a secret wall. You can see the thumbnail, and there's one where he found like a glitch in the map. And I think these are funny. And I've been watching these. And I've been like, you know what? It's kind of cool watching him like build the base and stuff. It reminds me of, hang on. It reminds me of playing Grounded, except, you know, people are attacking and you have to repair the walls and stuff like that. And I found myself thinking, I wish there was like a PvE type of game where like you build a base, but you have to repair the walls and rebuild stuff that gets destroyed, but it's, you know, it's PvE, so it's like, you know, tower defense or something. I was kind of itching to play that, and I was like, I don't know if such a thing exists. Because I don't want to play versus other people. Because, like, Rust, if someone attacks your base, they can steal all your stuff, and you got to start over. But imagine, like, Riftbreaker, but first person? You know, like, there's hordes of PvE stuff coming at you, but you got to go around and, like, repair defenses and things like that. I was like, that sounds like fun. I don't know if that exists. So that's an example I have of something that I'm not sure if it exists that I was itching to play recently. Original Fortnite before it became what it is now. Yeah. Oh, no res for you guys. I'm a rabbit. Wait, am I out of combat? I am. Alright, I just changed to Druid. Now I'll glyph of the stars whenever that happens again.
Unclear. We appear to be
This is a pretty butterfly. It's a meta boss.
Stay alert. We're not done yet.
7 days to die, maybe? Have you played Orcs Must Die? Mm-hmm. I think a couple of them.
Need to find the real one.
Orcs Must Die 2 and Orcs Must Die 3 I've played. I haven't played that. I think I played Orcs Must Die 2 before I was a streamer, and 3 I think as a streamer, so I think that one's recorded. Wasn't Stranded Alien Dawn kind of like a village? Stranded Alien Dawn is a colony sim. So you do things like, you know, tell Bob to research how to make medicine, tell Greg to go chop down trees, get Sally to make circuits, you know, things like that. It's a colony simulator. But yeah, I really enjoyed that one too. Because it's a colony sim where you occasionally get attacked by waves of murder bugs. Alright, Glyph of the Stars, because he's doing the blender. And we know DPS loves standing in that. It's just... Alright, we got a handful of reses, but now there's more down after the fact.
I wouldn't get too close to those gates if I were you.
RimWorld. I tried RimWorld. When I played Stranded Alien Dawn, people were like, Muck, you would love RimWorld. I tried RimWorld, I'm like... I really just want to go play Stranded Alien Dawn some more. Have you played Meet Your Maker? I'd never even heard of it. There we go, it's blender time. Alright, glyphing now. Neo 3. I actually asked to see if I could get a key for Neo 3. If I can get one, I'm planning on starting that tomorrow night. Because I do enjoy Souls-likes from time to time, so I want to see if I would like that. The big question is going to be, does it have really good keyboard and mouse controls, like Liza P or First Berserker Kazan? Or is its controls going to be absolutely terrible, like Elden Ring? Oh wow, they are right in the blender. Alright, glyph. The glyph will keep rezzing for 6 seconds, so I want to use it when things get at their absolute worst with this mechanic.
I wouldn't get too close to those gates.
Valheim has persistent building. Yes, I have played Valheim on stream. Like, okay, when Valheim first came out, I beat it on stream.
They can implement their plan.
Excuse me, there was 5 bosses at the time. Later, when they added like the Ashlands, I played it with the boy off stream, and we got really far, but it was getting really difficult at the end with 2 people. I'll say Valheim is a fun game, but it's after playing like Enshrouded, I feel like it's Valheim, but it runs smoother. Could try Abiotic Factor. You know, I had never heard of it until recently. I saw a YouTube short where Co-Carnage was asked by someone in his chat, like, what's a game you think is underrated? And he said Abiotic Factor. So the only thing I know about that game is that Co said it was really good. So I should take a look at it.
You have accomplished nothing here. Experimental efforts continue in every field of study. You dare to dream you destroyed my work? You've knocked over a single test tube. This changes.
Have you played Mindustry? I think I played that one for a while. Yeah. I got 28 hours in before I put it down. It was fun for a while. When it got to the point where you had to send out like little... Okay, so it was kind of like a tower defense game and a Factorio game, and then eventually it got to the point where you had to send out like attacking ships, but it had one of the worst control schemes for controlling your units that I'd ever seen. And I got really frustrated when I got to that part of the game. Like, if you compare it to, like, you know, StarCraft or Warcraft 3 or something, it had really good controls, like all the buildings and things like that, but not for the units. You know, I've never seen him do the portals like this when he's off-center. So one of the portals is, like, out in the air. Project Zomboid? I don't know anything about that one. You can really get sucked into Project Zomboid, it's so good. Very hard for new players since they're punishing, but oh man, it's fun.
This old trick again, eh?
Perhaps I could adapt this technique to my own systems.
What is Zomboid? Survival zombie open world multiplayer sandbox.
Need to find the real one.
That's an interesting camera angle. So it's like ARPG camera angle, but it's like survival open world craft. Try to help this guy. Bunny res! Is this a world boss? Yes. Big purple butterfly man.
It seems we have lulled it back to sleep.
Good enough. It puts a stop to the Inquest's immediate plans, at least.
I am pleased to have been able to assist you.
Now, how do you suppose... Now you see, this is why I always say, a timely complaint solves all problems.
Don't think it counts if you're always complaining.
An interesting premise. Perhaps I could create a function that would register a complaint on every cycle.
A man after my...
Lulled it back to sleep with attacks. Yep. Oh, reminds me of the Hulk Buster. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
This is most unexpected.
Beginning to think you're bad luck, Canuck.
I've known that for years, my friend. So, thoughts?
There is a nearby waypoint that I can connect to, if that would be preferable to waiting.
Never thought I'd meet a golem I liked.
I would say that's a vote in favor, my dear BT. Let us away, then.
Alright, cool. Got all the loot. Is that a peanut butter sandwich? It's peanut butter and jelly. No. Keeping it simple. It's weird that this is still showing as a quest marker for me, when I already did this. Check my previous message, Muck. I was focusing on a boss fight, so I couldn't reply immediately. You're asking about Neo 3. There's a lot of customization you can do for controls. The defaults are kind of all over the place. Once you set up the ones you're used to, you should be good. Oh, that's good. That is good. Achievement markers being bugged since they were out of never. Actually, I can't remember the last time I finished an achievement and then the marker stayed for me. I don't know if I've ever seen that happen before. Is your name related to mukbangs? Mm-mm. I've answered this question a lot, so right there is a video where it shows how I got the name, if you want it. It's funny, most people ask me if I was named after the shoe, not the eating disorder. But I guess I am eating a sandwich right now. Alright. We got a bit more time. What's left? Mr. Grunts is about to spawn. Ugh. 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 So it is a mukbang stream? Yeah, I guess so. Fan of Muglug? Banned. Speaking of grunts, how's the voice acting going? I mean, I haven't been kicked out of that Discord yet. I'm still in there. They asked us to submit another round of auditions, and I submitted a few more. There's, I can't say too much, but I'll say there's one character that I'm trying to use the point I use in the Get to the Point videos, where it's like, you know, he's just like sick of everybody's crap. He's just like an old man. That one's fun. There is competition for that role though. And there's another guy that I think is really good, so I would not be surprised if they picked him. And then there's another role where I think I'm the only person auditioning for it. And it's, what's the vaguest thing I could say? A veteran. Like an old veteran. And That one, after my last reading, they told me that they, like, in terms of acting, they thought I did really good, but they weren't happy with the voice that I used. So I was like, okay. So I was trying to come up with, like, a different voice or tone for the next reading, which I just submitted recently, and so I'm waiting on feedback on that one. So, we'll see. There's still a chance I could end up as a role, and there's also a chance that I might not, but it's fun. But the messed up throat problem is a constant annoyance, so I'm hoping that recovers at some freaking point. Have you seen the new thing on Discord that they might want to scan your face to ban kids under 13 from the platform? That's a twist of what I've heard. From what I heard, what they would do is they were going to roll out an update, and everyone, by default, would be set to having a teenage permissions. So, like, you couldn't go into, like, a rated R Discord or, like, a channel that required adult verification because there's, like, prawn or something. And if you wanted to get into the adult sections, you would have to submit your ID or something. Honestly, like, my own Discord, I don't think it's going to be affected by that. I think if everyone on my Discord had teenage permissions, they'd still be able to do everything. Because we don't have a Naughty Pics channel that I know of. But the funniest thing I've seen out of all this is TeamSpeak was tweeting things like, soon. Because, you know, Discord is going to shoot themselves in the foot with this, and a bunch of people are going to go back to things like TeamSpeak. I did hear that some countries are going to require it. But I heard that from another user. They were like, oh, I live in Australia, so I'm going to have to do this anyway. And then there was somebody else I saw that posted that they were going to take a picture of their bum, and they were going to submit that for the face verification, and they were going to submit it and ask for a human review so that some human has to look at it. So we'll see. Maybe they'll have a bunch of pictures of bums. It'll also affect trans people. It's going to affect all people. I mean, we just covered that. Any tips on learning to heal in quick play raids and fractals? I've mostly been doing story open world, playing Ellie alt-mez. Right now, I've been just using my evoker as nuking. Thinking Troubadour would be more helpful in group stuff. Troubadour is really, really good. It has good healing output, some decent damage, and it can pump out barrier on its team. Troubadour is absolutely solid. So as far as practicing it, honestly, you could just, like, practice in PvE, like, world bosses. Like, go into a world boss with your heal build, try to keep up boons, and keep the people around you alive. And if they do die, no one's going to yell at you because no one noticed you were there because there's like 50 people there, right? So that's good practice. You could also go into the training room in Lion's Arch and turn on the damage aura and just try to stay alive in it and see how you do. You know, stuff like that. Everyone go hide all the seafood pictures on Muck's Discord. The scampies. Was the weekly quick play raids achievement supposed to reset? Mine is still 10 out of 10. Mine is also 10 out of 10. I don't know when this resets. Let me see. Hang on.
Should have known. Sons of Slanir have turned that to Jormak. That is a totem to dragon. Destroy that foul totem. Dragon cannot take the role.
Was this supposed to reset today? It did not, if so. Okay. I just submitted it as a question. We'll see if I get an answer anytime. Sounds like heaven for bad people. If they know someone on some server can't access some channels, it's more likely they are a minor. So it's a very bad idea. Well, again, like, my understanding of it... Okay, looks like it's an issue that's already been reported.
Stand back on time.
Looks like Fandral reported it, actually. Good on him. So, yeah, it looks like it's in the queue of things to be looked at. But I don't see an official response on it yet. Okay, so Sanu says it sounds like heaven for bad people. Again, my understanding of the issue... Yeah, let's just throw grunts into this serious conversation. My understanding of it is everyone will get teenager permissions unless they go through this verification thing because they want to look at the naughty stuff. So, like, on my server, if I understand this correctly, that's going to be a non-issue. Like, it's not going to affect anything on the Mukluk Labs Discord, as far as I can tell. There's also the part where their own AI looking at your chats and pics and analyzing them. Yeah, that's freaking weird. I don't know what to say about that other than that's freaking weird. Okay, so again, this is something I read that was like, if your gaming history looks like an adult one, they might just go, oh, he's an adult, and not require the age verification. And now, the thing is, my Steam account is old enough to drink. Can they just look at that? Can they just go, oh, he's had this Steam account for 21 years? Just give him the freaking verification. Like, I feel like that should be a part of it. That would just take care of a lot of things. Fashion template changes are coming. Yo, send me a link. I want it. I want the link. Nice. Just want to say appreciate the vids and raids, straight to the point. Oh, you're very welcome, Zeus. Just to post news by the end of the week. Yeah, send me a link. Thank you. 13 minutes ago. Hey everyone, thank you for your patience over the past week. Hold on. Thank you for your patience over the past week and providing valuable feedback in this thread and elsewhere. We are planning to make some changes to fashion templates and we will have details for you by the end of the week. Thank you. Cool. Cool. All right. So again, I want to recap something with fashion templates right now. So once again, fashion templates. There has been a lot of people complaining and a lot of misinformation. So I want to recap just for at least my own audience here. Fashion templates can do everything you were able to do before. That is true. If someone says they took away a feature from me and now I have to pay 4,200 gems to get it back, that is misinformation. That stems from someone not understanding the system and they're frustrated and they're just making stuff up. They're just saying what they think is true and spreading it around and it's not. However, if you were like, yo, I understand the new system, but it's a pain in the ass, that is true. If you said, I understand it and it's annoying, that is true. That is completely true. I can't preview backpack. You can't preview backpack? Really? Really? You can't preview your backpack. Are you sure about that? John Cena meme. Anyway. Yes? No, I literally just showed it on stream. I just previewed 10 backpacks on stream. Anyway. Yeah, so it can do what it did before, but it's really freaking annoying. It doesn't work for me. Skill issue. It's really annoying. That is absolutely true. So I think it is absolutely fair that they make some changes, because obviously people aren't happy with it. They should not have, it should not have been less QOLs. Like right now, like earlier if I wanted to go to wardrobe, it was right here, you click wardrobe. But now you gotta hit fashion, and then there's tools which you're almost never gonna click on, and then you go wardrobe, and then you're here, so that's an extra click. And then doing this every time, like right now, I'm in a different set, so I've got to get my equipped fashion, and then I've got to save that, and then I click my backpack, and then I change my backpack, and then I hit save, and then I hit apply, and then for some reason this thing turned on, so then we do that, and save, and then we hit apply. So there's a lot more clicks to do what you could do before. That should not have been a thing. Just like how you should never charge for something that used to be free for the customer, they're not going to be happy. You should not reduce QOL. Adding fashion templates reduced quality of life for anyone who is using the system. So, I've said this before, both on stream and in videos. My suggestion is to have another tab here as the first tab called Current. And it's just the old system. And you can go in here and do what you could do before. And then to the right of that would be all the fashion templates. That's how I would, assuming the developers can program that idea, that's what I would like to see. But we'll see if they can do that or if they come up with something else. If you want to change the look of a build template skin, you can't if you do not have the same number of templates in the wardrobe. That's false. That's false. Alright, so look. Like, alright. So here, I'm gonna go to build 1, get equipped fashion, change these gloves, save, apply. Build 2, actually build 2 looks the same, hang on. Let's go to build 3, get this fashion, and I am going to change the color of this hat, save, apply. Build 7, I'm gonna get this fashion, and I'm gonna make everything peach, and I'm gonna change my shirt. Save, apply. You can make changes on any of these. Change your weapon skin? Fine. There's a different staff. Save, apply. Alright, build 1. Get equipped fashion. Change the mace. Save, apply. Build 4. Get equipped fashion. Change the weapon. Save, apply. You can use one fashion template to edit all of them. Now, I agree with you that it's a pain in the ass, right? I agree with that. But just saying, oh, I have to have the same number of fashion templates as I do equipment templates, that is just false. And I hope I've just proved that. Like, that is just not true. You can't change your armor skin. C4 band! When you have 9 looks on the templates. I just edited 5 equipment templates with 1 fashion template, okay? You can use 1 fashion template and you can edit 5,000 equipment templates. It's just stupid the way it's set up. That's it. At this point, I'm just going to assume you're trying to rage bait me, because there's no way you just had your eyes closed during that entire presentation. Hold on, did I actually change any of my stuff? I gotta... looking at everything now. Okay, I think we're good. Alright. Having outfits there makes it easier to turn them on and off. The thing with the outfits is, like it happened to me a moment ago, is sometimes I change look, and for some reason it just turns the outfit on. And it wasn't even checked. I had to right-click it and clear it to get it to go away, and I'm like, I don't know why it did that. Why they didn't put dyes, gliders, skins, mounts, skiffs, finishes, doorways in there, they're all just... They are! They are! They said they are adding gliders, mounts, skiffs, and doors to the fashion tab, but they need more time. That's still being programmed. making me hurt my voice again. Okay. I'm not getting annoyed. Of course I am. I literally was like, yeah, and people who say this, it's just misinformation. And then people in chat's like, no, it's not. And then I proved it's misinformation. And they're like, well, that's not what I see with my eyes closed. Just like, oh my god. Oh, someone has a burning condition? That's great. Honestly, I'm surprised I didn't get in trouble. Once upon a time, I had the icon for the wizard hat as one of my emotes, and they told me that I can't have artwork that was made by ArenaNet as an emote that people have to pay for, and I had to take it down. So I feel like Hellmasker is dodging a bullet right now until they notice. Are templates account-wide? Yes. I see the same fashion on all characters. No. The number of templates you have is account-wide, but each character can have their own saved looks. So, like, if I buy 5 templates, then all my characters have 5 templates, but they can have different looks. Did you make a video explaining the fashion templates? Yes, like 2 or 3 of them.
Avenge me.
Tiny bag of trinkets. AFK farming. Report this mug. See if anyone's doing this. What are you looking forward to in the next 6 months with Guild Wars 2? Yo, Guild Wars 2 is my favorite game. Anytime they do an update, it excites me. So, I mean, in 3 months, there'll be another update. In 6 months, there'll be another update. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, basically anytime there's a major update. Let's see. Mock template skins are different than wardrobe skins. Okay, hold on a sec. Are you talking about like when you get a Black Lion weapon skin in your bag and you're trying to apply that Black Lion weapon skin to an item that is in your equipment? Is that what you mean? Or something else? Have you stopped playing Mechanist? Yeah, I haven't played my mech in a while. No, that's not? Okay. Then I don't know what you're complaining about. Like, I just showed that you can use one fashion template to decorate 5 equipment templates. So that's done. We're done talking about that. Is it a pain? Yes. But can you do it? Also yes. Meta. 8 minutes. Chat, anyone want to punch some titans in the ankle with me? You can use the squad join command if you do. It's like the quote, I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you. Lead a horse to water. Speaking of dumb animals. Well, dumb is a strong word. Yesterday, Chip suddenly got the orange cat brain cell. I finished the stream, went to the bathroom to brush my teeth to get ready for bed, and I heard a crash. And I come in here, and you know my big water jug I'm always drinking from? He had slapped it off my desk and spilled it all over the floor. I was so mad at him. I was so mad. I had to get some towels. Again? Yeah, it's the 3rd time he's done it in the last, like, 6 months. He just randomly, just on any given day, it's just like, that water. It's just like, why? Like, why? Like, at least, like, water's not that bad to clean up, of course. It wasn't, you know, something with sugar in it, but... At least it wasn't towards the keyboard. True. At least he knocked it off the desk and not, like, onto the tower or something. Muck, is the PC command correct for your CPU? Hang on. What is that? Device manager? What did you ask about? So what's your AMD? Okay, hang on. Yes, a device manager says I have an AMD Ryzen 9 5950X 16-core processor. So yes, that appears to still be correct as far as the PC page goes. How is your performance in Guild Wars 2? I mean, it's fine. Occasionally, You know, the O in Guild Wars is for optimized, right? So occasionally I'll get lag, and I'll turn this setting down, and then I'm fine. This is the #1 thing I adjust if I'm having an issue. The rest of this, I usually keep the same. And honestly, a lot of people pop into my chat and they ask me what shading program I'm using. They're like, oh my god, this game looks so much better than mine. And I'm like, I'm not using any add-ons. And then I just showed them my graphics. So I'm pretty happy with my game's performance. But if I'm in like a 70-person meta and there's a lot of ritualists or something, I do have to turn those down. I've been playing for 13 plus years. You don't want to hear me out fine. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to fashion. What? That doesn't prove your point. That just says, trust me, bro. So I said, are you talking about Black Lion weapon skins? You said no. And I said, okay, what are you talking about then? And then you said, I've been playing 13 plus years. I know what I'm talking about. But I still don't know what you're talking about. You're not listening, geez. Okay, you have once again entered another statement into chat that does not explain what you're talking about. Hold on. I'm going to go back through your whole chat history. One sec. If you want to change the look of a build template skin, you can't if you do not have that same number of templates in wardrobe. Not true, I just showed that. Go to build 7 weapon skin, not dye. I changed weapon skins in 3 builds with 1 fashion template just a moment ago. I showed that. Dyes, I showed that. When you have 9 looks in the templates, again, you can use 1 fashion template to change 9 build templates. I showed you with 7. Hopefully that got the point across. You wear changing skins in wardrobe, not template skins.
The winds are picking up. The storm nears even more. Our time for preparations will escape us soon.
I just showed this. I want the template to have a different skin than the wardrobe panel. I'm flabbergasted here, dude. I just showed you. I went into the fashion template, I loaded equipment set 1, I made changes. I loaded equipment set 3, I made changes. I loaded equipment set 5, I made changes, and equipment set 7, and I made changes. I changed the gloves on one, the shirt on another, the weapons on 2 of them, and the dyes on 2 of them. I did all of that from a single fashion template. Now, I agree with you that it's a pain in the butt, but to say it's impossible is not true. Do I need ages for this? I don't think I do. Search and rescue. My backpack is still not showing. Do you have the checkbox? Do you have the checkbox? Like if you go to equipment, you have the checkbox right here that hides the backpack? Is that it? Did you do that? Go into fashion, get equipped. I can see my backpack. I can see my backpack. Did you check it here? Is it checked right there? There's a checkbox here and on both pages. Like I found one problem with the wardrobe. If you have the skin that you haven't unlocked yet, it can't be used in wardrobe. It asks for trans charges, doesn't do anything. Duh, you haven't unlocked it. You just said the issue. If you haven't unlocked it, you can't use it. Of course you can't use it. It's not unlocked. That's the same as it was before. Even before the fashion templates, you couldn't use a skin you did not have unlocked. What's going on here? I am trying to help. But I feel like I'm just repeating myself over and over and over, and it's just like not sinking in. So I'm trying to see if there's something I'm not understanding here. He played for 13 years. No, that was somebody else. Like I found an issue with Steam. I'm trying to play a game I don't own, and I haven't installed, and I can't. Ow! Damn you! I needed that. God, that hurt. You suck. Oh my gosh. Noxxi, just take that whole rant End it with the Steam joke and make that a YouTube short, please. Thank you. Mug, I'm not sure if it's a bug, but I was leveling a character the other day on the adventure guide, and there's a level 4, there's a transmog goal. I can't seem to make it work with the fashion template. I change a piece of gear, but it doesn't unlock the goal. Okay, I haven't heard that one before. I don't even know about that adventure guide thing. It is possible that when they change to the new fashion template system, that they need to do an update to that old adventure guide thing. I haven't heard about that one, but that might be an issue. Muck, after the launch of Raid Quick Play, have you seen a huge spike in your get to the point videos? I mean, I would have to check on a video by video basis. So, what's one from recently? Matthias? Wait, how do you spell Matthias? I'll just search Gabriel. Gabriel. Okay. So, here's the views per day for Matthias Gabriel guide. So, as you can see, it's a very slow incline constantly, so no, it's hard to see if there was like a big increase from a week ago. Just because it was just a slow incline. So, there might be, but it seems pretty minor. I believe the issue is you always have to keep a fashion template kind of clear to be able to make changes to everything. Yeah, fair, yeah.
Here it is. No time to quake with fear. Rigid, we must.
How hard is the new strike? If you mean the crab, it's challenging. It's not a free win like the Iceberg Saga ones. I would say if you compare it to all raid encounters, it's kind of in the middle or like just above the middle for difficulty.
Raise them to the air.
How does this meta work? Red circles are bad. There's, let's see, slash squad. There are 2 titans, opposite ends of map. We kill both at the same time.
I won't let you live. The strangers have reached the first bloodstone. Like Cub to Maw, they'll suck it dry if we don't halt their advance.
Oh no. Sure, pretty soon you'll understand what they're trying to say, I guess. Hang on, Crimson. Fighting a Titan. Hey Delta Beat, I see your question. If you would, let me finish this boss and then I'll catch up on chat.
They are. Mount your journeykin and topple them. Reveal the core.
Get back.
Oof, got zapped. I'll use AoE res here. Got 4 down. Actually 5. 5 mana res. Oh my goodness. AoE res is up in 3 seconds. There we go. 3 more. Pet resing that guy. Oh, get out of that. Pet's resing this guy. He immediately got vaporized again.
Weak they are. Mount your journeykin and topple them. Reveal the core.
Oh shoot. I was like, wait, why did my ambush work? And it's because dismounting counted as a weapon swap and screwed up my trait. It should fix itself in 10 seconds. Pet's resing him. We have to wait for Greer, other HP bar on right, to catch up. Well, was bouncing between 10 and 14k DPS through that fight up until we had to hit the brakes with a hybrid build. Pet's rosing him. Baby Rose over there. Okay, Greer. They've got 30 seconds skill grid. She looks good. Nice. Both bosses died together. GG. So squad, GG.
Vexing, hateful little creatures.
Get all the loot. Okay, let's see. All right, let's catch up on chat here. What do we got? Me too. I leveled a new alt. I really enjoyed not looking at the meh-colored mess or running around in a random cook outfit I own.
And the Isle still. Finally.
All right, Crimson. Crimson really loves making me have to dig through his
Celebrate we
messages.
shall, but those celebrations must remain modest.
I think they mean you've got a skin item and you haven't unlocked it. You can't use it. I mean, I specifically asked, are you talking about like when you've got a Black Lion skin item, like a Black Lion weapon skin in your bag? And they said, no, that's not what I'm talking about. And I said, okay. So then, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Delta Beat says, I've watched a video recently where someone said to farm gold, just go rank PvP, disable chat, ignore mechanics, just play. Do you think that's good in terms of general PvP atmosphere for other players? I mean, I would say you should... Okay. That is a good way to farm gold. There are other ways just as good as that. So if you want to PvP and earn gold at the same time, yeah, it's totally fine. But if you're just doing it for the gold and you plan on just being dead weight, don't do that. Like, you could do something else. You know? But yeah, if you're going to join PvP, you can just ignore chat, but you shouldn't ignore the mechanics. You should, like, you know, try to play your best. Is there any situation in Guild Wars 2 where being a ranged class is not superior to being a melee? PvE? Like, in PvE, when you've got a bunch of people fighting a boss, the ranged people are not really superior because they're usually stacked with the group in order to get their boons and heals. They're not going to be a mile away shooting. But there are some specific fights where ranged DPS is preferable over melee. Some. Yeah, reflect, yeah. If you're arranged and you're using projectiles, like bullets or arrows, there are some things in the game that can block or reflect those. Hey, Mug, I just wanted to get your thought on the recent expansion. I haven't played it in a few months, and I was thinking of picking it up. What's up, Bo? I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. We've had the expansion release and the 3-month update just hit like less than a week ago, and it has been good. It's been good. They added new elite specs, some new legendaries to work on, new raid encounter so far. There's a new homestead. The fashion templates are kind of a work in progress right now, and the story, I'm very happy with the writing so far. Mark, what's your opinion of Traherne? I mean, he's a pretty shallow character. He's just like, I'm gonna do that, and then he's just that the whole time. But he was necessary for the way the story was written, so I think he fulfilled his role, like, as a literary device. Like, he locked in, and he did what needed to be done at the end. That's the whole thing. Can I only get my own home when I have Janthier Wilds? That is correct. Yes. So certain features are tied to certain expansions. That's how they sell them, right? Janthier Wilds you have to unlock homesteads. However, if you have Janthier Wilds and Visions of Eternity adds an additional homestead option. Which is the beach island. Yeah, but unlocking homesteads at all requires Janthier Wilds. Now, everyone, whether you realize it or not, already has a home instance. That was in the game. That was the home before homesteads. So there is that. And hang on a sec. Was it? Is exclamation home? Okay, so that is a guide I made years ago. It's still accurate, but it is how to build up your home instance. And anything you get in the home instance is copied over to your homestead. So, like, for example, like the stuff that you can farm, like this airship cargo, like I got this for my home instance, but it's also here. For example. I will try out Scourge Healing then. Thank you, gamers. Yeah, Scourge Healing is good. It is good. Okay. Cool. Let's see. Trying to make sure I answered all the questions, because I'm almost out of time. Muck, I got all my nodes even before any legendary to help so much with loot. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice having income of, like, lazy income of, like, every resource in the game pretty much each day from the home. It's nice, like, anytime you're on some weird thing, you're like, oh, I need 250 mithril, or oh, I need 30 orichalcum, oh, I need 50 hardened leather, or oh, I need 25 hard wood. You're like, you always have it. It's very nice having, like, a just trickle in income of everything. It's really good. And remember, you can always farm somebody else's home instance or homestead. You don't have to build it up yourself if you don't want to. Where are the old home instances? It varies based on city. Every one of the capital cities for each race has an entrance to it. So, like, there's an entrance in the Char capital, and in the Asura capital, and the Human, and so on and so on. So, like, the Asura one, for example, is where are you at, Radisum? It's next to this waypoint. So it's like southwest from the middle. There's like a big portal. There's a few big portals, but one of them says home instance. Mark, is it possible to change Acacia's type, like light to medium? No, but after you've gotten Acacia once, you can get additional armor weights of Acacia at the same merchant. So talk to them. There will be a way to purchase the other armor weights after you've gotten it the first time. You'll have to do some more farming. Do you have a video on the New Year's event? Yes. Yeah. Was it festivals? This webpage has all the festival guides. Just find Lunar New Year on that webpage. Mike, what elite spec would you recommend for a decent all-around ranger? I'm just chasing hero points on my recently maxed ranger, and I don't really know what direction to go. I primarily do open world, but would like to get into some PvP and fragiles as well. So, there are two types of rangers that can be healers in PvE. Druid is the better one most of the time, because it can provide stability and Untamed cannot. So Druid is usually the go-to for the support ranger. If you want to be a ranger that also provides boons, then it would be either Untamed or Gale Shot or Druid. And if you just want to do damage, any of the four can do damage. So hopefully that gives you some ideas. Like, for example, if I'm in a group and I'm going to be the healer, I am often playing as Druid. Unless I know stability is not needed for that fight, then I could go heal Untamed if I just feel like it. If I'm going to be DPSing and providing quickness to the party, you can do that with Gale Shot. I prefer to do it with Untamed. And again, if you're just doing damage, you can play any of the 4 elite specs. In fact, Soul Beast only does damage. There is a weird PvP build right now where the Soul Beast can heal in PvP, but it's not really a PvE thing. It's only in, like, Battlegrounds type of thing. You can go into any race's home instance regardless of the character you're on. That is true. Yes, indeed. Is there a Greatsword variant for the Hunter DPS option? What? Are you asking if there's a Ranger build that uses Greatsword? Assuming that's what you're asking. Ranger uses Greatsword all the time in PvP because it has a damage, a movement, a block, the only block a Ranger has, and a stun. Really good for PvP. In PvE, if you're just running around open world on your own, any weapon's fine. But if you're just, like, you're fighting a raid boss and you're trying to do the most damage possible, I don't think there's any Ranger builds that use Greatsword. I think, because for power weapon, for Ranger, there's Longbow, Spear, Greatsword, One-Hand Sword, dual-wield axes, dual-wield maces, hammer. That's off the top of my head. There's at least 7 things competing for top damage. So in terms of pure just damage, the Greatsword is not in the lead, but it has a ton of utility, so it's used a lot for other game modes. Does Wizard Vault's staff require skimming the Depths Mastery? If you're referring to the Castoran Coral Wizard Vault thing, it requires the ability to have ether location on your skimmer, whatever that was. You have to have ether location on the skimmer. I started out with Power Untamed, but I must be doing something wrong with it because I'm struggling. No, dude, that's okay. Like, every build plays slightly differently. There are some that are very similar, but some that are not. Like, for example, for Quick Untamed, basically, there's like a rhythm to it. Hang on a second. So for Quick Untamed, essentially what you do is you have this trait here where every time you weapon swap, it refreshes Ambush. So you unleash your pet, use the pet skills, unleash self, ambush, weapon swap, ambush again. Which I'm not in combat, so the second ambush didn't go off, but that's what you do. So every 10 seconds, every time this lights up, unleash pet, unleash self, ambush, weapon swap, ambush. Every 10 seconds. And then that's most of your damage. In between those, you hit whatever buttons you want. That's Quick Untamed. Now, Power Untamed doesn't run this trait, so it operates. So, like, there's a rhythm to it. Which weapons do you run on Heal Druid? Most Heal Rangers run Mace, Warhorn, Staff. Like, those are the best support weapons. If you're trying to heal your party and give them buffs, Mace, Warhorn, weapon swap to Staff. Look, do you still play Age of Wonders 4? Just a little while back, we did some more playthroughs of Age of Wonders 4. I'm at 340 hours now. We played the, there's a new one coming out. We played the, what was it, the Vampires update? And there was something else we played right beforehand, but we, like, the last 2 updates, we did a playthrough. Yeah, it's a fantastic game. I do recommend it to people. Bunny People, is that the new one? They have solid options, not a release spec, but every class has a good sub-leader build for open world. Let's see. What class do you say has the best sustain or survivability in open world? In the hands of a veteran, any of them. In the hands of a newbie, Ranger and Necro can summon things to tank for them, so they have an easier time. But if you enjoy that topic, there's a YouTuber named Lord Hyzen. And Lord Hyzen, his claim to fame is soloing things that should not be soloable. And his YouTube channel is all about builds, or he runs around in the open world, and he's doing like 10k self-healing per second and 40k damage per second. He's got every boon in the game, and he's soloing like those mobs that have the gold border that are meant for like 10 people or more. and he just goes around and solos that stuff. So he's got a lot of builds for soloing things that shouldn't have been soloable. So if you enjoy that topic, I recommend him. Mech is good, but Mech is an elite spec, so someone who's leveling for the first time is not going to have access to that. It's an elite specialization for the engineer, so they would get that later. I'm trying to figure out where to start when crafting legendary gear. Do you have any tips? I have guides for crafting every legendary in the game, except the new ring, which will be out tomorrow, on that webpage that I'm putting in the chat. Go there, find the project you want to work on, and I'll walk you through it in the video format. Beyond that, it's basically go to the wiki, find the thing you want, and figure out how to get all the items on the shopping list. Jerricane, thank you for the prime. Appreciate you. Solo Dragonstorm is the latest, yeah. Thief can have insane lifesteal. Yep, Thief has a trait that gives him lifesteal, and very popular in open world. You said Power and Tame doesn't use Let Loose. Last I checked, I don't play that build often. Last I checked, it's... Because, okay, so this does the refresh ambush, but it also gives you quickness and might. If you're grouped with somebody else, they will give you quickness and might, and you don't need this unless you're the quickness provider. So if you're doing a greedy, just, I want to do as much damage as possible build, I think you usually use one of the others. You know what, hold on. Let's fact check me right now. Because I haven't played pure Power Untamed in quite some time. So there's, no, that's Condi Quick. I want pure Power Untamed. All right, so there's two here. There's Hammer, Sword, Axe, and Hammer, Spear. So this one is running Ferocious Symbiosis. Okay, so they're both running Ferocious Symbiosis. So if you're not the boon guy, it looks like this is the choice, according to the math nerds that are much mathier than me. Terminal, thank you for the prime. Primes really help. Appreciate that. I'm new to Guild Wars 2, but loving it. How do I get a cool mount skins and whatnot? I look on the gym store and they look like trash right now. Jerry Kane. First of all, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. How dare you? The short version is the gem store is on a rotation. Every week or two, the stuff on the gem store disappears and new stuff appears. And it's like, if you miss something that you wanted, it will come back around in time, but it's on a giant rotation. So many of the mount skins will just show up over time. There's also some that you get from gameplay, and there's some you can get in the Wizard's Vault, like right here, Enchanted Roller Beetle skin. That was from the Wizard's Vault. Enchanted Warclaw, Wizard's Vault, stuff like that. Okay, cool. Chat, I think I caught up on the questions. Hope I answered everything. With that, chat, I am out of time. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me this morning. I hope you had fun. A couple plugs on the way out. If you're new to my channel, my name is Muck. I stream every evening and every weekday morning. I will be back in about 5 hours for the evening stream, which will include the weekly giveaway if you fancy joining us. As always, please hit the follow button if you're here on Twitch. Use the Prime subs. It helps me out, affording food and all that stuff. And here's a link to the YouTube channels. If you're new here, I got 2 YouTube channels. You can sub to both right there if you're interested. Special thanks to the patrons who keep us in business. Shilling complete. Thank you for listening. I'm going to find someone to raid who is doing Guild Wars 2. So if any of you guys want to watch Guild Wars 2, you can see more of that. Let's see. Who needs some support right now? Cello Frag is live. I don't really know that many people. We'll get Cello. He's good people. Cello Frag is a musician. He plays the cello. He's a doctor. He's a really good elementalist. And he's freaking rich. He does giveaways a lot. He has more money than I do. I'll see you guys over there. You guys have a good one. Synth, I see your link. I'll take a look at it. And once again, I will be back tonight. See ya.